Hello, everyone! Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we have another Ocarina of Time Randomizer Season 5 Standard Tournament between Engel and Kirox. Losers Round 1. I'm starting with me on commentary is Ginger. How are you doing?
Great stuff, thanks very much. How are you doing today?
Not too bad. Looking forward to a good race here. As I realize I switched to the wrong scene, we've got ourselves the 50th seed versus the 47th seed. Engel and Kirox. Kirox returning from previous seasons. This is Engel's first time in the top bracket.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting, what I noticed straight away was that this is the first one I've commented on where we've actually had a match-up in a previous competitive tournament between the two, which Kirox won by about 10 minutes. And I looked it up, it was the round of 16 of last year's Blitz tournament.
Oh, nice.
So Engel Kirox went on to the quarterfinals and lost, but yeah, more of an RSL racer, Kirox, I think, in terms of what he mains. But a very good standard player.
Very, very good standard player. Consistently a good seed in many tournaments, both the top brackets and in RSL. 47th seed, perhaps a little bit lower than where I'd expect Kirox to be, and that average finish time of just over 3 hours is not a true indicator of how good he is.
No, it certainly isn't. Like, looking at those results, the last 10 races suggest not much form compared to Engel anyway. But as you say, a lot of it could be just being unlucky because he's a lot better than that average suggests.
Oh, for sure. His best time is also not 146 and 201, both quite solid. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Engel got knocked to losers by Just Sam. Kirox got knocked to losers by Mr. Martin. They have faced off a race in the same race, total of 5 times. Kirox winning 3 of those 5 times. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, it should be really good.
On paper, they look quite close. Not entirely sure how they'll fare generally.
Yeah, that's for the seed to decide, I guess. And when they start making actual decisions, then we'll soon see who's going to win, hopefully. But we start with Storms, which is quite nice. If you're going to start with a song that isn't a warp song, I guess I'd start with Storms.
Yep. And we start with the Spirit Medallion, which is also pretty nice. And in case Chad is wondering, yes, this is one of mine. This is actually a Majorcan seed, so not one of mine. Don't blame me for today for this one. And while I'm at it, couple quick shoutouts. Give our runners a follow here, Engel and Kirox, to my co-com Ginger, to our trackers, Purple and Starlight Dancers, and also merci beaucoup, Nakao et Gogeta pour la version française. Ils sont chez Necro aujourd'hui.
Are you restreaming today, Star, as well?
I am restreaming.
So shoutouts to Star for double duty yet again with a restream and a commentary.
Yep. Adult spawn in Lake from Domain is always a fun one.
Oh, not another lake spawn as adult. Get ready for hiking. We're going to be doing a lot of it.
Yep, this one's pretty remote. Yesterday I rolled in the seed. Yesterday's seed that I rolled had them spawn in the Fortress Side of Valley. This one's probably worse. At least the Fortress Side of Valley has a bit more utility.
And what was that one with the child spawn? Was fountain
Top of
exit
top
from top of river, yeah.
that was also pretty bad. 50 is dead. Okay. And that's a nut.
In before Prelude in Ice.
Right.
Or Prelude on OOT, in which case we're never seeing it, and we'll be hiking a lot until we get some warp songs.
Pretty much. Anyhow, let me go do a couple of things. Running a little bit late on things today. We had some, Trials was a bit of a goof again. Let's just say that. So, we all, kind of got everything together last minute, and over here. Let's get a prediction going. Time for Kiri. And let me update it in a minute or two.
this is probably the time to do it since we're in a little bit of downtime.
Yep.
We're just back walking across Hyrule Field to Kokiri Forest. Not a lot to say about, really.
Yep. Yeah,
But
Trez goofed again. I won't say too much on live, mostly internal stuff, but yeah. Blame Trez.
But as always with CSR, the show must go on, and professionalism comes to the fore no matter what, and bring these amazing
And
races
oh my
to-
goodness, that's at least 3 big chests in this
Whoa!
Mido's house.
Mido's
Strength
packing.
upgrade.
Attune it.
Zora tunic. A strength
2
2.
strengths!
Red rupee. Alright, that's still really, really quite hilarious. Game.
We're getting a strength per minute at this rate. This is crazy. 2 minutes, 2 strengths.
Right?
Both in Mido.
That's kind of impressive. They're both just heading in the same direction now. Let's see what this is. Dora's domain is path to Baronade. Oh, lovely.
So that's more required items that we're going to need.
Yep. And Big Oron is dead. Don't need that shield. And that's a heart piece. Yeah, I might switch to Engel's audio. Kirox has custom music, but it's just really quiet, unfortunately.
Especially because I think he said he's in race time. He's showing off no battle music, just like silent battles. So there probably will be quite a bit of audio silence on Kirox's stream anyway.
Yep. Alright, so let me switch to Engel's audio. Hopefully it doesn't deafen everyone. As they're heading for Midos. For SFM.
No,
Okay,
50
that's
Skulls was the one that we do know is dead. We haven't seen 30 or 40 yet.
Sorry, also adjusting the brightness of my monitor because it's really bright today. And Goron City's foolish. That's a really good early
That's
hint.
a nice early hint. And
Cactive.
Cactive. Wow.
These are some good early hints.
It gives us some direction of places. Like, we know Cax actually got something, so it's worth investing time, and we know we don't need to invest any time in Goron City, which is always nice.
Yep. No time in Goron City is a really valuable hint because there's so many checks there, and Cac is still path to Volt. Brilliant, thanks. Really needed the second copy of that one.
And yeah, as chat pointing out, Serenade, not necessarily the warp song that we wanted to see from...
Not with that adult's fault, at least, no.
Kind of useless as adult, but... Kirox having trouble money farming here, it looks like. And is just going to have to wait.
Alright,
if you do get knocked off by those things, they become a real pain. There's not a lot you can do.
Yep.
Stab him in the back.
Yeah, they are in a bit of an odd spot. You would normally go to Goron City with these 2 strengths, but not that.
There's literally nothing in Goron City.
Notice they actually have a good way there because they can't blow up the rocks on this side, so they're going hiking again. Yippee!
Yeah, there's no exit out of Lost Woods at the moment, so
Out they go.
Question. I'm looking at time of day.
It is too late for day cac. It's going to be night by the time they get there.
Yeah, and it's too late to too late to run to Lon as well. So I think it's just night cac or possibly.
River makes sense for time of day. It's on the way to cac anyway.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
Our runners here nearly in sync because, well, what else do you do with this star?
Yeah, I mean, there's literally nothing pointing us anywhere apart from we know Cac's got something.
We know Cac's got something and we have to hike there, and since time of day sucks, might as well go do river on the way there. What is that? Okay, that's a nut on Lower River.
Mm-hmm. But we can get to when we come here as child. If we come here as child, we've got Frogs 1 is available. So if it's on Frogs 1, that'll be annoying for our runners.
Mm-hmm. Minor difference in what order they do checks. Engel heading straight for the plateau as Kirox heads up the river. They'll probably switch places. Not upgrade. Another nut on the upper river. Okay, game.
It's
Okay.
the thing that you can only do if you're adult Link. Redev is Sun's
Sun.
song.
Or Saris, I didn't quite catch.
I think it was Sun's. Saris is
OT
VXR, so I
is
will say it's Saris. VXR's eyes are incredible when it comes to.
Sorry, is in the tomb. Okay.
Okay, so not hard AD for songs.
No, not likely with Bolero. Unless hovers are somehow in the volcano, but that's super rare. 50 is still dead.
But it is a warp song that we could use that we're not going to get, so I guess that adds to the hikingness of the seed.
Yep.
And yeah, as we said, Veron is just choosing a slightly different order, but still doing the same. They're probably going to sync quite closely. It's quite interesting when you get a race like this to begin with, because like it gives you an idea of the clearest you can probably see of like how far someone's ahead. You probably won't get any clearer than this as
Yeah.
as things start getting.
8 minutes and 34 seconds is when Kirox went into the loading zone.
At the moment, it's more like watching a sort of traditional speedrun than a randomizer speedrun race.
Right now, yes. And Engel taking the loading zone at 8 minutes and 49 seconds. 15-second difference there, exiting river. Hiking, everyone. Also a super duper linear start because, of course, it is.
Yeah, that seed's literally making us hike from one end of Hyrule to the other in the first 10 minutes. It's fantastic. If you like hiking,
great.
this is for you.
We'll see if there might be some routing divergences in CAC, since you can do checks in a couple different orders. And on roof, giving us another hurt piece. At least you know your opponent's also doing just as much hiking. Hyrule Field is path to Twinrova. Okay, well, we'll need to figure out what that is. It's certainly not for a strength upgrade, considering 2 of those were in Mido's house.
Mm-hmm. This question is it intactite or is it explosive locked? Because it's we've seen the ones that we can get without. There's nothing there, so.
Well, Tektite's also Twinrova. It's also explosive lock, to be fair.
Oh yeah, of course it is. I forget that you still need to blow it up.
Yes, you do.
That is a bow.
Alright, you'll take that. Might be Path of Volvagia.
That's some utility anyway, at least.
Yep. And the song here is Prelude. That's not Path. Very useful, though.
CAC being Path and it isn't for the song. Suspicious. But yeah, that's a nice one to get, considering our spawn. We finally got... The game's playable. It's taken 10 minutes, but...
Yeah, Nihal FMC, yep, for less hiking. Yeah, no Serenade is actually useless. Indeed, now they have warps to both ends of Hyrule. Well, the northern and southern ends, to be particular.
So you know the game's going to make them hike from east to west at least once as well, just to make sure.
Probably. I mean, the east warps is on AD, to keep in mind.
That's true.
Now we're getting a little bit of divergence in order. Engel going for the graveyard as Kirox gets a recovery heart off Handle Anshu. Hey, Captain. Yeah, I hope the last 6 days have marked co-op went well, and yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Well, is that bomb
Juice?
shoes?
I think it was juice. I think I
I think
saw
so.
a little gold tail.
Yeah, it's looking like just a bow, which is pretty unusual because there's 3 of those. This is
Yeah, we
actually a
don't.
Majarkin seed. I don't actually know how those usually tend to go. We'll find out. Yeah,
Universal
it could be
Giant
on.
seemed to suggest that it was like, oh no, not a Majorcan seed. So I don't know if that's a sign.
It is unfortunately probably not AD, it's Bolero on AD. Yeah, they've had
No,
strength 2 since 2 minutes in. Both strengths were in Mido's house.
this is a really weird seed. I've not seen anything quite this strange for a while.
Strength, yeah, Kak so far looking very dry. So get a lens? Okay. Down pay race? Yeah, we are running out of things to. That
Yep.
checks in CAC. We've got chickens, 10 skulls, 20 skulls, yeah, and that bow. Also potentially burning CAC depending on what the medallion layout is.
Hmm.
Not the greatest set of options I've ever seen.
Yeah, Foster, exactly. Mido is surely the strongest of all the characters in Zelda.
Yeah, our first item so far, strength 2, bow, and lens. Not a common sentence.
Nope, because it doesn't really get as much. It gets us this check. But apart
Mm-hmm.
from that, there's not a lot else right now.
No, there really isn't. Let's see. I would expect. Yep, Prelude from Kirox. There's really nothing else they can do as adult.
Nope. It's definitely time to go see what you can get with the market and.
Yep. Medallions check. Jabby. Fire.
Fire.
Fun. Forest, water, spirit, and okay. Forest, fire, forest, water are the forest, fire, water medallions.
Nice.
Spirit is the shadow medallion. Jump is the light medallion, and then DC, Deku, and Shadow are our stones. Okay, game.
That Stone Shadow is on the cards. It could find
Yep,
a way.
and Engel is gonna head up DMT. That's a huge rupee on top of DC. Gonna get the Storm's Grotto here, and then maybe take a look in DC.
Would make sense.
Yep.
You're hearing
Alright, Temple of Time hints.
Market to PG. Rivers.
Ha! Reverse
Foolish.
Foolish. Really needed that hit.
Bit
Really,
late game,
really
thanks.
needed that one.
At least we know the Forest Temple being dead.
Was that 40 skulls or 30 skulls then in DMT Storms as we get a pair of iron boots? 40 dead, okay, thank you. And yeah, Frogs 2 is dead once again. I don't roll Frogs 2 seeds ever. I don't know if Jarkin rolls them at all.
It's so rare to see a Frogs 2 seed, I feel. Because it's literally one check.
Yeah, market path to Phantom Cannon. We already have a bow and we already have 2 strength upgrades. That's going to be for a hookshot somewhere here. Guaranteed. It's just a matter of where that hookshot is. Now, the hookshot, or maybe perhaps something that leads to Saria's or Minuet, I suppose, because they don't have those, but we do. It's not a lot that can be, as I. Considering that we already have 2 of the 3 items needed for Forest, or if the key layout's stomach, I guess it could be hovers.
Oh yeah, I mean the way the seed's been going in terms of certain certain dumb items and the layout of them, it wouldn't entirely surprise me.
Mm-hmm. Engel's gonna go check out the crater. I have absolutely no idea what that is.
Something. I don't know. Engel's got good eyesight. If you can see that.
It's dark. It's not a pair of hover boots. I think I can say that much, but beyond that, I have no idea. Although we know it's not a pair of hover boots anyway, because Shadow's a stone.
Yeah.
I think there might have been either a heart piece or a bloopy on the wall or something, and he's leaving.
Nothing else to do here. Going back down to DC, I guess, is his next play.
And what else do you do?
Yeah. You've come all the way up here. It's you might as well.
I agree that it seems like a really long detour for very little with the equipment they have in a foolish Goron city, but it's a play.
I mean, I think I would have done what Kirox did and went child as soon as I could. But it's quite nice that we have got Engel doing this because it does give us
Divergence,
still
yeah.
information, even for him. Just hope we don't find a foolish DMT at some point, like we did with River.
Yeah, it's likely our final foolish is a dungeon, though which one I don't. Who knows? Now, if someone wants to go take a look at the VOD to see what the item on the volcano was, that would be useful, because I have no idea. Melon here is teaching us Song of Time. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Melon.
Thanks. So, not the greatest early songs today. There's the other copy of the Saria song in Composer Grave Hint, and next chat confirming that it's a slingshot in the volcano. Okay, they really don't care about that. It's hilarious considering that Deku's also a stone. This is looking like a Rush GTG seed if we could get there. Yeah, no kidding, Purple. Strength 2 and bow is some of the first things they find.
This is the seed where they wish they had the adult start in GTG, not yesterday's.
Yesterday they hated it, considering GTG was foolish. Oh, game! Entering Link's house is the child's bond.
Wow, that is that as vanilla as it gets, almost?
Almost vanilla, yeah. I mean, it's better than the adult spawn, but there's definitely better ones at times. GTG was foolish yesterday. Is there in another seed Ginger and I were commentating?
Yeah, not this time.
Yeah,
At least as far as we've seen.
Yep. Oh, hey, big chest. Okay, that's a bottle. Speaking of the hack path that might be skulls, hello.
I'm not sure if that's concerning that that's a bottle or not. Still good to have it. Let it.
Yeah, Big Pose is looking like more of a thing for that market path as well.
Ooh. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. So we don't know where opponents is right now, do we? So.
No. DC so far yielding absolutely nothing for Engel. No hammer and no explosive, so it's going to leave. Probably gonna have to leave some stuff behind unless he finds some here, as that's a big chest.
Is this gonna pay off?
I mean, it's not useless.
That's good to have. But there's that another big chest. A vanilla bomb bag. Let's go.
Nope, that's a magic meter.
I'll definitely take that. And so you can't really. Well, you can do chess minigame, I guess, if you early chess minigame.
Yeah. Also, that skill does give us domain access, chat points out, because that is Path to Baronade.
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, Market
DC.
had to Phantom Gin in first took shot on Lens game. Lens and Magic are both quite free.
Both literally just sitting right there in the same dungeon. So hey, go check Treasure Chest game. You know it'll have nothing, but like totally bait. Go check it anyway.
Yeah, so much kind of progression, but without getting anything actually useful. Pretty much promo. Like,
Yep.
These items will eventually be useful, but we can't really use them. Like, Strength 1 is nice, Strength 2 does nothing until we can get GTG or Spirit Access, really. Storms has led to a grandson of Nana, and the bow has not proven all that useful to start off either. I also don't know why Engel is hiking, considering he does have Pretty. Nocturne on Saria. Okay. Really, game? We have Stone Shadow. We would like something a bit more useful than that, I think.
That's a bad sign. Stone Shadow getting an early Nocturne.
Oh yeah, this is time of day for Engel, true, for Richard. And the Lens game. Makes sense. He doesn't yet know Market is Path, but he'll find that out right now.
And he'll be thinking, hell yes. Let's get that hook shot.
This is Lostwood's Bridge Scrub for Kirox. And then we'll see where he goes off to next. I would start considering Bug Skulls at some point. It's not like they have a whole lot of stuff to do. They've got a really bizarre item set. Forest is foolish.
Forest
okay.
Is foolish. Someone in chat called the forest to be foolish, so whoever that was, they got their wish.
Okay. Medallion Forest, where we've already got 2 of the 3 items for it. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Really needed, really wanted that hit. Thanks. AD's been dead for a bit with Shadow being a stone, honestly. It's also Deku's a stone, so they don't care.
Yep, we're never seeing AD unless it's for items.
Yep.
Here's Richard check first.
Yeah, Richard to Lens game. No clue what Kirox's time of day is, but this is Nocturne, as I need to update the hint command for Skull. Bigoron is still dead. 40 Skulls is also dead for context, and Richard is nothing. Still daytime for Kirox.
Guesses in chat. Know what time it is. Let's gamble.
Yeah, indeed. If it's not this, it's either bowling behind the bomb bag that is somewhere, or it's on Pose behind a Pona song, which is somewhere. Yeah, because we're not getting a Path to King Dodongo hint since that's a stone.
Kirox is definitely making the early chickens play here.
Yep. If this is a bomb bag request you didn't get to go to bowling for a hookshot, that would be funny, Robin. I mean, we're missing enough stuff that this could be quite a few things. Or if if ZL's late and our logical forest access is dumb because of it, we'll see. That's a big chest. And Macharkin? What?
I wasn't expecting a Kakiri sword, I gotta say.
Okay, that is not what I was expecting.
Okay, well, good thing we've got the child spawning Kakiri forest, I guess.
Okay, that's entirely in logic, yes. That's, something. Oh hey, thanks to whoever gave Universal John a tier 1 sub.
Yeah, they got it right. The chess minigame. Congratulations.
Yep. Yeah, that Kokiri sword is earning a think emote from me, because I mean, it's nice to have, but it's also a bit of a case of, really, game, you're going to give us Stone Deku. Okay. Suppose it makes sense that first hookshot should turn up somewhat soonish, although the other thing, too, Forest is foolish. Oftentimes if you get a foolish dungeon hit, it's because that dungeon is the one that is logically locked behind every other dungeon in the game or close to it. So I'm wondering where our Forest Temple song access has gone off to at this point. That's always a little bit suspicious. Sometimes the randomizer just happens to give us early logical Forest access and then make it foolish anyway, but it's still interesting. Nice heart container off.
Well, I guess in these settings, not totally useless. It's better than a bloopy.
Yeah, zeal-less, bombless, well, wahoo! Here for Kirox. This is the most, this is like the bare minimum. You can get in the door and that's it, and no extra items for Kirox.
It's literally sort of information play more than anything. Sort of do whatever peaks you can get and then see if this needs to come back here later.
It's not a bad play, to be honest, because their item set does pretty much suck. But it might bite him later if there's something important behind Bombs or ZL.
Indeed.
Like, their options really do suck. Yeah, it's this or Valley Lake. He doesn't have magic because that's in DC, and I don't think he's doing that as child.
I'd be surprised. It's not RSL, so I think he'll be. If he had to do it as child, I'd put my money on Kirox being totally fine. But
he doesn't have a reason to.
Oh, well, this could pay off though.
Well, okay, never mind. Speaking of...
Very handy, that. Very useful.
Okay, I guess he is getting his Kokiri sword as child after all. So loser's bracket round means LB is loser's bracket. This is a double elimination tournament, so you are not automatically eliminated after one loss, as we get game. Sure. So Magix and Scales apparently hanging out together today.
And the strengths as well. What is this? It's like everything comes in pairs today.
Okay, brilliant. But loser's bracket is referring to a double elimination bracket. So if you lose your first match, if you lose a match, you still get a second chance in the lower bracket. It's probably a little bit easier if you go take a look at the actual bracket. It's kind of hard to explain. But yes, so they both lost their round 1 matches, and they are now fighting to not get knocked out. The loser of this goes home. The winner of this goes to losers round 2. Nothing in the coffin.
2 losses.
And that's a big chest before the coffin, and well, that's concerning.
Yeah, we're not getting that for a bit.
Nope, because ZL's apparently AWOL. I was not counting keys in the well.
I'm pretty sure that was the 3rd key, because he's got 1, and 1 was, as VSR says, 1 was ZL locked, so... We've seen all 3 keys now, though.
I mean, first hookshot might be on Lab Dive. It might be on a couple different stupid spots at this rate. I'm suspicious of where ZL's gone off to because of our forest axis is not far off as we see Strength 3! Okay!
30 minutes, 3 strengths, let's go.
And this big chest is...
Nice arrows.
Okay, someone said that one of the keys was item locked. Was it bomb locked or ZL locked? I didn't catch it. If someone can catch
ZL locked.
Okay, so that's good info as well for strength 3 logic. Because that well-locked pit's strength is in fact locked behind all 3 keys.
Wow, more items.
Oh, okay, mirror
so
shield.
That's essential. So.
So you know that Hyrule Field path to Twin Rova? What's that?
It can't be strength. It can't be mirror shield. It can't be legs.
Hookshot? Bombs, a fire source? We're getting into key logic at this rate. I think we're looking at forest access logic and, so we know that Saria-san is in the composer grave. ZL is completely missing, so is Minuet. If one of ZL is on if ZL's on Prelude and Minuet's on Burning Cack, that would solve that set of bizarro stuff if Hammer is locked behind our Market Path. Market Path doesn't have the point of first hookshot because we are missing our logical forest access. I'm not sure what that is, but it is something.
Yeah, that might be one of those puzzles that's not going to be answered for a while. We'll just have to pretend it isn't logic when we do get there.
Yeah. Also, was there anything at all in Deku Tree besides a magic?
No.
Now I'm kidding. So that Kokiri sword is not Path. You know it's not AD, and Kokiri sword only locks Deku Tree and its reward, which we know to be useless. Back to thinking mode.
Yeah, back to the drawing board. What is this seed trying to say?
Well, Requiem can be it because we don't have a way across the bridge or the wasteland, or because we have no hookshots, no hovers, no opponents, a lot of stuff really.
Yeah, that could be. Sure, that's nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, we can't actually do the other checks in Market. Oh, we can't do bowling. That's hard bomb bag locked. Whenever we finally find the thing, Hammer and Field could well be for Requiem on Burning Cack or something. I'm wondering if Hammer might be on bowling for Forest key logic, for Forest access logic too, because we know first hookshot's got to be somewhere. We're really spaghetti. We can do pose out of logic. They might honestly go for it at this point because of how it's that or bowling, and you know there's a good chance it's your first hookshot.
When Engel was waiting for time of day that time outside Hyrule Castle as an adult, I was thinking, oh, is he going to try and 40%?
Well, he didn't have a bottle at the time. The bottle's in Kokiri's war chest.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, so he wouldn't have been able to anyway.
Nope. Yeah, let's see what this domain path to Baronade is. It could be straightforward letter or rang. It could also be another I am. Or if we find nothing, we're looking at King Zora for the giggles.
That would be funny. That would be very, very funny.
Yep. Someone noted earlier that Majarkin seeds suck. Yeah, at least the logic is already looking like a spaghetti on the level similar to my seeds.
It is a mess.
It
I
is.
just sat here trying to work out some of the different things, different ways the seed wants you to go, and it's just.
Engel does have Prelude. He has the bow that was right next to it. If it's not marked on his personal tracker, it's just him not tracking it. It is on the restream tracker, though.
That's gonna feel kind of bad when he looks at his songs and remembers he's got Prelude and he could have been using it this whole time. If he has mismarked it and doesn't realise he's got it, that's gonna feel bad.
Yep. Because he has a bow that was in the windmill as well, and I don't see a reason why he would have skipped the windmill song.
Yeah, I mean, he's totally got it. He totally would have.
And Zora diving. That's a wallet. Game.
Fire?
Paradox letter, anyone?
If we get a paradox letter, this seed will truly have reached classic levels of of randomness.
Because paradox letter would actually make sense with this whole thing. I mean, we have a Zora tunic. That's a heart piece. So if the second wallet's someplace stupid, it could point towards Fire Temple once we can, get to Fire Temple.
It's just so many useless items, isn't there? Like we said, it's 10 minutes since we said that, and it's still the same situation as before. We've got a bottle. That's about it.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be seeing 10 skulls here from Kirox soon. Hopefully they don't need beans today, because neither of them are getting beans now with River Foolish and them having gone as adult.
Yeah, I don't see a reason why they'd ever go back. Mm-hmm. Until they get to like Colossus and see something essential, and then they're like, okay, well, I have to go get beans.
Oh, no, you're correct. Actually, I miscounted Kirox's skulls. He can't quite hit 10, but he'll be close here. But yeah, our logic is getting more and more spaghetti by the minute. It can't be burning Cag Path to Volvagia, by the way, because Fire Temple locks. So it's bow 10, 20 are the options. Yeah, well, it can be for Goron Tunic, but that requires us to get access to Fire Temple, which we currently do not have, I should note. We don't have a hookshot, we don't have hover boots, we certainly aren't getting Bolero, because that's on AD.
Yeah, we don't want to have to do all of Shadow just to get Bolero. That would feel really bad.
Yeah, Kirox will be in Deku soon, and then find out that it's a huge pile of bait. It wasn't even like a bait third slingshot or something in Deku, that would have been funny.
It was literally nothing.
Yep. Anyway, get your guesses again in chat. Yeah, bombs are going to open up a lot of this seed. A hookshot would open a lot of this seed, but where is it is the question at this point. Their Foolishins are very good. Well, their Goron City of Foolishin is very good. The Riverhead not so much, as they spawn. That's one of the first things they did. Oh yeah, you absolutely do add logic big pose at this point. I'm pretty sure all top 64 runners know how to do opponentless pose. It's just one of those things that's super useful in situations like this.
Yeah, at this point you just take your... 40% I think I heard is a chance.
40%.
Yeah, 40% chance. And keep doing it until you get it, because it's still quicker to do it like even 3 or 4 times than it would be to sort of go somewhere a long way away trekking.
Yep.
And it looks like someone in chat actually did call it the chess minigame, the RLLLR.
Nice.
Extreme Psi. Good job.
There's the wallet for Engel, who is probably like, I mean, the OGC might have something. We do need to find logic for our strength 3, though, because that's ZL locked, and ZL is, probably not early in logic at the rate we're going, because I am worried about why Force is foolish, but, we've got most of the items for it, and it's just, oftentimes a foolish dungeon is also stupid late in logic. So I'm wondering why it might be stupid late in logic, and that's probably going to be because of song logic. Neither of them bought Kirox not buy beans. He warped out of the domain.
Yeah, no beans today. Unless they have to.
I mean, it might be a good thing for Engel if Colossus Arch or that Colossus Arch or the Adult Lake has something. Yeah, that's true that they also can get shoes from the graveyard crate with that. That's not a bad point.
Yeah, those choose actually. If it's a 20 pack, actually, even a 10 pack at this point, like we say with bombs potentially breaking open with seed.
Yep.
That actually could be could be quite useful to plant a bean for.
Mm-hmm. All right. Kirox going to find out that Kokiri Sword is a whole load of bait.
Mm-hmm. Not going to be happy.
Nope. It's funny how they currently have different scales and different magics. Because they were in pairs. Yeah, Adult Lake's 2 more early in logic checks as well, correct? Because both scales are in. Either scale is in, I'm pretty sure, to get the beans. Adult Lake. Reg Vanilla Child spawn, Virgil. That spawn is entering the house, not in the house. Those are distinct things. I mean, at least you know that your opponent's also getting equally baited into Deku Tree here. Because I don't think there's a way you don't go Deku with that hint.
I mean, it's oh, there's Slingshot.
Yeah.
Which we already knew about. Yeah, it's one of those things that just like 99 out of 100 people will just go, right, that's it, I finally found it. Deku Tree, here we come.
Yep.
In a weekly, it might be one where like a few people will just go, no, I'm gonna. If it's not bait, I lose. But if is bait, I win. But in a one-on-one race, I don't see how you don't do Deku. Like your opponent's definitely doing Deku with that information.
Yep. It is possible to get an actual vanilla spawn. That is a distinct spawn point in randomizers. Both the Temple of Time spawn and Save Warp and the Link's House Save Warps are distinct entrances, so to speak, in the randomizer. Which are distinct from entering or leaving or anything else spawns. Yeah, just because I want the worm doesn't mean it cannot bait. Pretty much.
We're good for the Kirox series, so it should be able to get to 10 skulls now. Which I don't know how much Engel has got, but he hasn't quite got 10.
Engel, I think Kirox is close to 10.
There it is.
I mean, yesterday, Foster, the runners ended up doing spawning on the fortress side of Wasteland, and both ended up buying bomb shoes because their first logical bound pack was on 30 skulls. So they were not getting that.
Was the one good thing about that adult spawn point was with the one access to choose.
Yep, it was the only good thing considering that GTG was foolish. What's the most evil thing that could be on True Bowling? Dins might be hilarious on bowling at the rate we're going.
No, Dins. Stone Shadow. Let's go.
Wallet 2 would be horrendous, yes. Fire arrows would be a giggle too, actually. We do have a bow and magic. And Nocturne. Either fire source would be fun. 2 bomb bags and bowling would be interesting, for sure.
I mean, the way the seed's been dividing out items, I totally could see it. Everything's been coming in pairs, so...
Yeah. Hovers would be interesting. Hovers would actually be quite good right now in this seed, I'll be honest. We need some kind of ability to get across gaps eventually. Hovers would not open spirit right now. We don't have a way across the Gerudo Valley Bridge. We actually have no available song locations right now. We have Burning Cack, Prelude. Those 2 are behind the hammer and behind various other things, including a hookshot. Include both hookshots. We have Prelude, Burning Cack, Ice Cavern, Crater, and Colossus as our remaining song checks. We can get exactly 0 of those things right now.
And yeah,
Engel's
chat saying he's forgotten. There's no way you would walk this if you knew.
Iron Boots are in the DMT Storm Grotto. Kirox will get those eventually. Yeah, we remember Prelude yesterday, Foster. Ginger and I were also commentating that seed. It was a memorable one. Valley's a long way, but it's also, I mean, there's just not a lot to do, honestly, is the problem.
I don't hate coming here if you're a child anyway, and it's easy enough to get those checks. And
yeah, like, your options suck at the rate we're really going. Like, we don't have a lot. That doesn't work, Engel. Nice try. I was hoping to use the spawn for something, but nope. We've seen the half of DC purple. Engel did it. Okay, from Kirox's perspective, I suppose, yes. Lovely bow. Kirox is so bad he's not going to bother picking it up.
10 extra arrows? Nope, don't care. Let's go.
So that confirms that the bow in CAG is definitely not path, so 10 or 20 skulls, everyone.
Just because there's not 30, 40, or 50 doesn't mean that it isn't a skull seed.
Yep. And Skullmask is still dead, and that's it for Valley. This is really looking to be a mess. Lamp Dive is in logic. It's not the Burning Cack song, it's not the Prelude song. Fire Temple locks both Prelude and Burning Cack. 30 is not it, Brandon. Hints cannot overlap. It might be something, but it will not be the hinted path because it can't be overlapped. We have seen the Kek Grotto, it's not it.
Yeah, we see both.
Kek could be Kek Redead Grotto, actually, good point. I forgot that existed. That's not the open Grotto in Kek.
I think we saw that from one of the runners.
We haven't seen Redead Grotto, they have no explosives.
Oh, Seed Bleed. Yeah, that's right. We've got no explosives, of course we haven't seen.
Yeah, it's the Lake Bean is useless, which is good news for Kirox. We've seen check-ins from Kirox, it was useless. Actually, Kirox is now going to go buy some beans, so we're fine there. I don't honestly blame him, because, yeah, this is really running low on stuff.
Gonna get that 5-pack of chews.
Yeah. If it's an actual 5-pack, though, that would be such a troll. I mean,
so
a serious, genuine, not joking question. What's left in logic?
Hardly anything.
Genuinely, we're almost out of checks that are in logic. Lab Dive. Windmill Slug was Prelude. We know that's not it. We've got Lab Dive. We've got, we are locked out of all of our dungeons. Kirox going ham on beans. We've seen the beginning of DC. Kirox hasn't, but from our perspective, I'm talking from a restream perspective, what's left, the answer is very little. DC 10 and 20, it's not DC for logic. We've seen the rest of it. We've seen what's in logic. Lab Dive is a thing. Gold Scale's in there. I'm surprised Engel didn't do the well, honestly, but perhaps he doesn't want to do so without Zeal or Bomb Bag. Also, don't blame him, honestly.
Yeah, makes
Frog's
sense.
River is foolish, it's not Frog's 1. But yeah, we have Lab Dive, we have Lab Dive, 10 skulls, 20 skulls, we can't do a single dungeon, we can't even get in the door of our dungeons right now, in fact.
Yeah. I'm really confused right now. Is everybody just forgetting somewhere really obvious, or?
It's either something, or the scene just wants you to get skulls really, really fast. Yeah, you can tell they're both desperate. Yeah, FMC, I mean, you kind of have to be when the seed sucks this much.
Please tell me I don't have to rush 20 skulls.
They genuinely might need to rush 20 skulls is the problem. Did Engel plant the bean in Graveyard?
I don't believe so. I think it's only
OGC is out of logic. It is doable, but it's out of logic. OGC and the back of DC are both out of logic things they can do with the Strength 3 and the explosives, respectively. Well is done as far as they could do with Zeal or explosives. It's bowling! Of course you can't sequence break.
Nope, we hard.
And it's not 10 skulls either. Okay, game.
What is going on? This is a new setting. It's sort of super scarce, but for key items.
We've got. The funny thing is, we have quite a bunch of stuff marked on the tracker. They just can't do anything with most of it. We've seen Valley. It's 20 skulls and Lab Dive seems to be what's left, yes. They definitely have... I'm pretty sure they have 20, Revan. Deku got them a few, Strength 1 gets them a few out of DC, Bottle gets them quite a few off the Soil Skulls, and there's like 9 Sphere Zero Skulls even besides that. It's probably not a lot of wiggle room, but they definitely have 20. Usually 3 hours or so is the average for these runners on these settings, but it very much varies for Randomizer because it's Randomizer! So far, Season 5 top 64 seats have been anywhere between 2 hours and 56 seconds to 3 hours and like 18 minutes and change. the Challenge Cup has seen a couple seeds that went over 4 hours. And actually, a good point, OGC, they can't even do it all because it's, ZL locked. Thanks for the reminder, chat. They're not doing that.
No.
I am
Yeah.
currently updating Emo Tracker so I can go determine how many skulls are actually in.
I know, Revan. He's literally got the bean on his C button. It's right there. You can go get those explosives. Kirox going to do adult fishing. Is Kirox the king of the fishermen today? Catch it first time. Right, fish are not playing nice.
Not yet. Okay, per my tracker, there are 32 skulls available, 27 in logic, with our current item layout.
Yeah, Revan Engel definitely has forgotten he's got Prelude. And I think until he looks at his song list, if he ever looks at the song list, he's not going to remember.
At least Kokiri Sword isn't Path for Skulls. Not right now, no. But...
Not yet. Yeah, that does feel pretty bad. Forgetting Prelude being one of the more useful songs to get. Like, people joke about how, Bigoron Sword saves 30 minutes or whatever, but, like, the difference between remembering you have Prelude early and not, that could actually be close to 10-15 minutes, potentially, depending on how much hiking you do. And it's a 10-pack, which, statistically, that was the most likely, but it's still good to good to know it's 10.
Yep.
So we have some out of logic that we can do. Let's go find a bumlock bomb bag. Yeah, exactly, FMZ.
Pretty much.
Alright, so Redead Grotto is not the CAC answer.
Okay, so 20 skulls. Yay.
And so far unhindered 20 skull. I don't know if it's a sometimes hint in these settings if they took that.
It can be a sometimes hint. They're not getting it though if it's the path.
No.
Because otherwise that's called broken hints.
Yeah. So
otherwise, yeah, we're filing a bug report, and that would be really bizarre.
And Engel getting her double magic. Realising that DC wasn't maybe as big brain a play as they thought it might be.
Yeah, 20 skulls could be our first bomb bag. 20 skulls could be our first hookshot. It could be something like hover boots. That wallet is somewhat suspicious path to Baronade after all.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about the wallet path to Baronade. That is so sus.
It really is. Yep, there's gold skill for Engel. This is going to be iron boots for Kirox, and he'll probably find his gold skill in a few minutes.
And then, with the exception of the bum shoes, we're sort of back all square again, and still not really much clue of where to go. But I think after this, Engel's gonna have to realise that going and getting those bum shoes is probably a really good idea right now, because the seat's giving us nothing.
Also, happy 1 hour, everyone. Just a smidge late. It's been a really weird hour.
It's really difficult to keep track of what the seat's actually trying to tell us.
Yeah, Lab Dive and 20 Skulls are our two remaining things in logic, yes. So, it's shoutouts to our runners, Engel and Kirox, to my co-com Ginger, to our trackers, Purple and Starlight, to our race monitor, Majarkin, who's responsible for this utter nonsense, and merci beaucoup, Kessinako et Gogeta pour le race française.
And merci beaucoup as well to my colleague staff for joining me today, and also doing everything behind the scenes with the restream. Speedrun restream for the Zelda Speedruns channel. That's what we like.
We do a lot of speedrunning. I actually really like this Mirror Shield and Tunic color combination for Kirox.
Sort of strawberry red and kind of like a strawberry with a sort of green on top and the red of a strawberry a little bit.
There's strength 3 for Engel. As a note, that is ZL locked. There was a key ZLX that matters much because I can't use it anyway with that ZL. Skull Mask is dead, is the thing. It is in logic, it's just useless. Like, there are a few other things that are. It's like, yeah, that's the thing. Is like, that's. Goron City has some checks in logic, but it's all foolish. Like, that's one of the things to note is that some of the stuff is hinted to be dead, so we're not taking that into consideration when listing off stuff. Frogs, that's our official Frogs 2 hint. We already knew that because Swerver is foolish. And Engel is going to get, well, Mirror Shield out of here if he can get the bomb flower strat. Not quite. Yep. Don't run into the torch tip. 30 is dead. I think that was, yeah, that's 30. You've seen both 40 and 50 hints, and you know it can't be 20. And hit.
So Engel has now found out that well was stacked, but gives him approximately nothing.
Yeah, it's stacked, but he can't do anything with it.
The gold scale might be more useful than he realizes right now. Quite
potentially.
Yeah.
He actually, the scale Kirox doesn't have is right here in DC. Speaking of scales, I think that Engel's going to check Lab Dive here.
I would imagine so.
Not sure what else he would be doing besides getting a couple skulls. We'll also see Kirox finish DC, most likely, just because you're this low on checks. Even if it's out of logic, you're really running out of checks. You might as well do it.
At this point, logic, you've tried following logic, and logic has told you not very much, so gamble. Take the choose and gamble. I think that's what you have to do at this point.
You really do. Yeah, Engel's also just completely forgotten about Prelude, which is going to add up a lot. We saw this yesterday, how forgetting or not having Prelude will hurt. And,
unless there's some situation where, like, he stumbles across an item because he could have played Prelude, but he had to hike somewhere, and it breaks the seed open. That could work out. But
maybe if he menus over to check his skull count at some point, for some reason he might, but otherwise I don't see it.
No.
You really don't have a reason to be on that particular menu screen unless you need to, unless you're checking your skull count, basically.
Yeah, unless you've literally hit last location, you've got no idea, and then you remember that you've got it, and then you feel even worse.
Kirox completes DC here. You're just too low on checks for things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see Engel count just checking the skull count either. I think you're just too low on checks to not do DC. You might save scum the back, honestly, but you absolutely check it.
Oh yeah, definitely save scum it because it's only a stone. But
alright, Lab Dive! Nope!
It's not the answer, so
alright, we're hard last locationing 20 skulls in logic, everyone. It's also about hard last location, period, honestly.
I mean, really, yeah, where else is there? There is nothing.
It's 20 skulls and out of logic back of DC is what they've got left.
Yeah, your travel tickets, Majarkin. This is looking.
I know Engel and Majarkin are good friends. Yeah, Engel is going to be having some words with you, Majarkin, after this.
Well, if they both know this, then they've only got themselves to blame. I'm very much of that viewpoint.
It's like 20 out of 27 skulls, by the way. Not the worst, but it's still blah.
Not great.
Let me double check if that bottle's actually path. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. I need to go pull out my emo tracker again because I closed it earlier. Yeah, we don't have all the warp songs to put all the beam patch skulls in logic. Or the soil patch skulls in logic is to keep in mind. Like, sure, there's 9 total, but we don't have access to all of them. I also keep misclicking on the tracker, which is bugging me. Anyhow. Yeah, that's the thing. Is it 20 with... Is the bottle required to hit 20 or not, is the question. Which I am currently attempting to work out if I can mark the tracker off correctly.
I think I'm pretty sure it's close, but I'm not sure if it is.
It's close.
The path.
It is exactly 20 in logic without a bottle. According to this
wow,
tracker.
it really is close.
Yeah, the Colossus and Bolero skills aren't available, so... but yes.
We saw nothing above King Dodongo. So Kirox is definitely going to be hoping they find something on the king himself.
Yep.
And yeah, this is a good opportunity for Engel to use that bean.
Nope, I would plant the bean by now. You have no other way of getting it, and it's your only explosives.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of usually the expected thing is if you can find explosives, any explosives, even out of logic, you just kind of go get them if you don't find anything else. But here we find out the last check of Kakariko. It's the bomb bag.
It's a bomb bag. Look, okay, well, thanks? What does that even do for us is the next question. I guess bowling, yeah.
It's gotta be bowling at this point. Oh, Engel's gonna go back and check some bomb checks.
Yeah. That also gets us our Hyrule Field path. We're finally starting to get somewhere. It just, took us an hour and 10 minutes.
And it was just sat on 20 skulls the whole time, which of course was the very last one that anyone wants to do, if they can help it. So... Stone of Agony.
Thanks, game.
Well, one has so much stuff and half of it is completely useless. I love it.
It's great.
That is a good troll. But yeah, it's got to be bowling at this point. I can't think of anything else. But at least we've got a bit of a string of logic to sort of follow. Finally.
Yep.
Oh, how much time has he lost already not using Prelude? It's like he must be up to like 3 or 4 minutes by now.
Probably. It's a lot. It adds up. But alright, what's the... I'm assuming this is the hookshot here at this point. This is probably a 25 plus fear seed, yes. Hover boots. We were discussing this earlier. Hovers exist. Not what you want to see. It does give us Blur Axis and Fire Temple, yes, so we could use the song, and, well, it might be path to Baronade because Fire Temple has something.
Yeah, Tunic logic strikes.
We still can't cross the wasteland, Brandon. We still don't have a Pona song or Longshot.
Nope.
And Heart
It's
Piece.
definitely hovers. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Hover Boots, path to Baronade as we get another bottle in the remote grotto.
Definitely Rush Ice now, then. 2
It's
bottles.
It's also definitely not path, by the way, that bottle. So, Tektite Grotto and Boulder of Destiny are what's left for field. I don't think you go to ice yet.
Yeah,
Hover Boots are
that's what
not
Kirox
pointing
is
you
doing.
there, right?
Especially because you now know that you've got the bumps in logic, so everything in field starts becoming in logic. Everything in field is in logic for all of them, because they've both got gold scale. So.
Iron Boots are also in. Those were
also suspicious.
DMT Storms was available early too. Well, 0-0 because they started with Storms.
Tektite Grotto is nothing.
Nope. If the Bolero song is... the Bolero song cannot be useless. All of our remaining songs lock at least one thing of some amount of interest. Minuet is... would help with our fourth axis logic, though I would be surprised if it's there. Requiem is fantastic. CL would be excellent. Eponas honestly would be great too, and Sunsong does lock a check. That's a big chest, as expected, and River is still foolish. Thanks.
Okay, path
is a hammer. Requiem on Prelude or Burning Cack, then, most likely? Also, Fire Temple's really starting to smell. A lot.
Mm-hmm. I think Rush Fire is a potential option right now. Kirox's going to do the do the po check.
Yeah. How many skulls is Kirox at right now? Because he needs the 20. $14? Oh, that's a bit of an ouch. Yeah, Fire Temple is very much an idea. We have a wallet path to Baronade. We have Hover Boots path to Phantom Ganon. We have a hammer path to Twin Rova. Bow was Sphere 0. Strength 2 was Sphere 0. And we finally last location our Bomb Egg on 20 skulls just now. It's hammer. It's fire time. Hammer does not bail Kirox from 20 skulls. Bowling is hard bomb bag locked. You literally can't play the game without a bomb bag. Or has something that would be horrendous. Because they are not getting that fast unless their first hookshot's in fire, which it might honestly be at this point. Engel set up Scarecrow.
Explosives are the most useful thing in this game, pretty much.
Yeah.
So much is locked by explosives.
Right, Majarkin, right now, fire. you can't even get in the door of Fire Temple without a set of hover boots right now. It's that bad. Honestly, it's great to find bombs, hammer, and hover boots, but at this moment, the only thing they send us to is Fire Temple. It's still not a hook shot, and we still don't have anything else to do.
Seed is pretty nasty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I absolutely, Macharkin. I mean, that our recent pickups really only lock those couple of things. Also, Crater Fairy, I suppose, and that's honestly about it for other items. Kirox will get a couple more skulls here. Hover boots are on bowling, yes, Neil. It's our path to Phantom Ganon.
Ooh, 15 skulls, so yeah, still gotta find 5 more before he gets that one back.
It's Path of Phantom Ganon. We suspect either first hookshot's got a really good chance of being in Fire Temple at this point. We're running out of everything else right now. Hard.
I feel that's been the story of the seed. It's
yes, you do, Neil. We have nothing left to do besides Fire Temple, basically, and hover boots are our only way in as we get Sun Song on the crater. That's the worst song they could have gotten there.
Oh no, one check opened. Yay. Well, maybe it's just sitting in first chest in fire. Ready to go get. But it is probably for the song.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few different things going on here. Oh,
thanks, Game.
Brilliant hint. Oh, hey, that's actually really convenient for Kirox. That's another bomb bag.
Wow. That's twice bailed out now for Kirox. That is a massive bailout.
That's a fantastic find for Kirox.
20 skulls was needed, but you could have just gone and got the shoes and avoided all of it.
That's been available out of logic ever since, well, they found a scale, honestly, because that's when they got access to the shoes. And they've had the scales for a while. Ah, thanks, Cheese Gimbap. We do commentating with each other, and they like pairing us together, so it works out. Commentating absolute nonsense.
Oh yes, lots of nonsense. That is guaranteed.
That's a boomerang. Okay, that's good to find.
That is actually useful. That's,
and Kirox does remember he has prettied. Good. This will be hover boots for him. Alright. Fire Temple very much hammer-locked. Not that I'm surprised.
Just that one prelude has probably saved him 5 minutes over Engel having to walk all the distance. It's one of those ones that compounds itself for longer, that one person has it and the other doesn't.
Forgets it.
Well, that's it, yeah. and it is what it is. He's not marked on his tracker, so there's no way he's remembering. Because why would you? You're too busy focusing on the race. You're not gonna sit and stare at your songs and realise that you've misclicked somewhere.
Oh yeah. Getting a fairy makes sense. Nothing there, and is back out here. Kirox is going to be a little bit annoyed at hover boots, but I think he's just glad he's got something that's not, a second wallet or something equally stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Although second wallet, they still don't have KZ access because they still have ZL.
Yeah, and no sign of that anywhere.
No, it's not ice. It's not ice. It's not. Let's see. Where is ZL? Cannot. It is not ice, and it's not Composer Grave because that's Saria's song. We have Burning Cack, Prelude, and Colossus are our spots available for ZL. Very good chance of it being on Prelude.
Pretty nasty spots.
Colossus might be it, but we do still need to find both hookshots or Epona's song. Epona's also being somewhere we don't know with, song locations. Colossus is not accessible. We'll see what the Prelude song is. Burning Caxiel would be amazing considering, Water Temples of Vanilla. Yeah, Prelude or Colossus most likely for ZL, but it is technically possible for it to be on Burning Cack. We already know the Water Temple boss key chest is not vanilla. Alright, Kirox going back adult. And I expect this will be Fire Temple. He doesn't have a quick way there. No Minuet, no Bolero. You're hiking.
Yep, gonna have to climb that mountain. And there's that fairy coming into use for Engel.
I mean, yes, it's probably pretty Desarius to Forest Access Neil, although I strongly suspect first hookshot's also here somewhere in Fire. Please
be Pierre. Please be Pierre.
Because, yeah, Bomb back to Hovers and Hammer to Fire is a last location for both runners today. Like, they've done everything else they can do in this seed. We are Longshot and Letter from No Mode. The issue is Longshot, Letter, Lights from No Mode. The issue is we're Longshot, Letter, Lights from No Mode.
This seed really does stink. I'm enjoying it.
It really does. Here's a mean thought. First hookshot in the maze somewhere, and then they get key locked out and have to go get Pierre to come back for the boss key.
Oh, that would be so good.
We're also missing our last path hint. Probably for Morpha, which would be nice because that would point them to a hookshot they don't have.
That would be pretty big information, yeah.
Engel did disappear, true, and that VK's enough for me, so we're fine. Hovers could be pointing to Shadow if we find Dins. I mean, something's got to be in Fire or behind Fire. We've done everything else in the game. We don't have access across the bridge, we don't have access to Shadow Temple, we don't have access to any of our other dungeons, it's Fire. Which is also bow locked, not that that matters.
Yeah, that was one thing we did get straight away, was a bow.
Yeah, I know that Fire is also the Temple of Time, so I'm going to say either in Fire or behind Fire is something is what our progression is, because they're last locationing this place. And Kirox fighting those hovers, he says he's probably got to suspect that it's just 20 skulls a bomb bag. Really mean bomb bag, but that is it.
Yeah. Nice to know that you don't have to bother with them anymore anyway.
Hey Riley, they hard last location, Engel hard last location, Kirox got lucky to sequence break out of a first logical bomb bag on 20 skulls, path to Volvagia. You needed to get that, a wallet path to Baronated Domain, a hammer in Hyrule Field path to Twin Rova, and hover boots that are path to Phantom Ganon off bowling to come here to Fire Temple to figure out what our next progression is. All of our paths are pointing straight at Fire Temple right now, basically. It's also just the only place they have left to do. It's bad, Rando. It's bad. Natasha, extensive note-taking and a very good sense of logic.
That's a completely fair response.
Riley just saying, okay then. We have seen the well. There was a Scale of Magic, Mirror Shield, Stone of Agony, and Strength 3 in it. A bunch of stuff, none of it required. Oh, and ice arrows, yes.
Oh yeah, there is still a big chest left as well, the ZL locked one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, the bowling hovers is after they both got baited by a Kokiri sword on Len's game.
For completely useless deku.
Yep. There wasn't even like a Winter Heart piece or anything in it. It was just
literally nothing of
completely
any value. It was just a complete bait.
Yep. No hints for ZL. We suspect it's somehow or another Fire Temple locked. We're not sure how, but it is. I mean, everything is fire locked to be fair, so that's not saying much.
It's not like the sea just had one bottleneck. It sort of had 3 bottlenecks all at once. If that makes sense. And it's Kirox has been fortunate; he's been able to jump past 2 of those by just looking across the items that were being locked.
ZL's got a good chance of being on Prelude. Engel is not having a good time on Volvagia.
Remembered to restock on his fairies though, so that's good.
Yeah, we're 2 hook shots, Rudo's letter, and light arrows from no mode.
Oh, and
unfortunately, we're 2 hook shots, letter, and light arrows from no mode.
And Engel also has Prelude and has forgotten that they had Prelude and has not used it once.
No, they did Deku because Kokiri sword was on a path check. Hey Tanner, and welcome into every single path hint is pointing at Fire Temple, but you have to logically last location a bomb back on 20 skulls first. Because Domain is path to Baronade for a wallet, Kakariko is path to Volvagia for that bomb bag on 20 skulls. That gets you Hyrule Field path to Twinrova for a hammer, and Market path to Phantom Ganon for hover boots on bowling. To get over here to figure out where our next progression is. They got a load of stuff early, they just couldn't do anything with most of those items. We don't get baited into both stone dungeons.
It was one of those interesting starts with the first sort of 12 minutes. It looked more like a traditional Zelda speedrun because they were just the same routing. There's no difference.
And Engel's gonna go find out what the song is. Alright. Makes sense. It's a hard call between continuing for items because it's a long hike back versus figuring out what this song is.
Yeah, it's without Bolero.
Also, he finally remembered Prelude. Wahoo! As it get Requiem.
Okay. I guess play that and get ZL then? I mean, we can get into Spirit, that's true.
Yeah, although how much we can do in it without ZL or Hookshot is, dubious at best. No clue what's on the hand. Fire Temple had a load of nothing so far, Riley.
DC.
Okay.
Pathmorpha.
No, Colossus Pathmorpha.
Oh, sorry, Colossus. Yeah, Desert Colossus.
Alright, watch this be ZL, because it's going to be ZL. Yep! Yay! What a surprise! Brilliant! Really needed that hint.
Thanks, game.
Thanks. ZL can't be a path. Good point. Colossus Fairy then. Thanks.
Yeah, Colossus Fairy.
Lovely. Brilliant. Engel, I'm surprised didn't check that.
He did remember Prelude, though, as chat's pointing out. Probably not the time he wanted to remember Prelude, considering that there was a potential path that he could have literally got right there.
Hookshots and Deep Fire on ZL lock check or whichever. I mean, that's not too surprising. He's probably doing Child Spirit here, which makes sense.
But yeah, he has. The important thing is he's remembered about Prelude, so the time loss should
Is stopped.
stop
He's not
from
losing
now
more
on.
time. He still lost a good couple minutes to it, but he's at least not losing more time now.
For sure. I mean, it was looking like he might never remember, so just remembering it at all is impressive.
Yep.
Kirox being risky because you really don't want to fall down off here because you've got to go all the way around again. But
Yeah.
he's fine. Imagine that he's probably going to do what Engel did and just
Go leave, yeah, I think.
get
If deep fire is required, this will be
shortcut
pretty
and
mean.
then, and then go beat Volvagia.
Mhm. Alright, Spirit Temple. Let's see what the key layout ends up looking like here.
Well, that's one. So one key on child side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just the key on the child side.
Yeah, you still do 20 skulls eventually if you're Kirox. It's just you don't forget the path, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, for now, you just assume it was a bomb bag and carry on as normal. As long as you don't hard forget it, then you should be okay if you do need it.
Though I think he should know that it's just a bomb bag, considering he has everything else to beat this Fire Temple. Strength, wallet, bow, and hovers. No composer grave. I would have gotten Saria's song and the check angle. Huh?
Yeah, a bit of an odd choice. You've
Uh,
literally just got ZL, like you.
you
He's just got
just
ZL. Walked
over.
past checks that are right in front of him.
Saria's song doesn't do much, true, but I would still, get the check in there. You're walking right past it.
He's just that's it. I'm going to the well. I want to find out what that chest is.
Sun Song was in the crater. It's Saria's song in the composer grave. Sun Song is literally marked on both their trackers. If it's Dins on the Colossus Fairy, we're in for fun!
Oh, I hope so. That would be so fun. That would be just what this seed would probably do.
To be fair, it could be for Spirit Key logic. Kirox also having trouble with Volvagia, but that is done. And there's our first hook shot. Thanks, game. So, Colossus Harry is pointing at the other hook shot then. We have everything else for Water Temple.
And yeah, well, really was loaded. My goodness. There's like 6 big chests, was it, I think, altogether? Something like that were actually... And 4 of them were useful.
All of them were items. Usefulness debatable. We need letter and Longshot. Longshot's behind Colossus Fairy, but it could just be Longshot on Colossus Fairy, but we don't know for sure.
One bag to hammer. To Requiem, to ZL, to Hookshot. Yep. It's a meager lot.
It really is. This suit's great. Kirox just a little behind Engel right now, but not too much. Boomerang, he does have the rang to note too. Wolfish Grotto is where the rang is. Engel will get that at some point, probably when he goes Forest Temple. So I'm not too worried. Yeah, opponents also has to be launched because otherwise he can cross the wasteland. I mean, BXR, everything's Fire Temple locked. If Hona's song is Ice Cavern Burning Cack, or yeah, it's Ice Cavern or Burning Cack, that's not a surprise, honestly. It's fine. Not overly concerned about it.
Kirox getting their zeal. Now, does he go straight to the Desert Colossus Fairy after he's checked the hints? The hint is right there, after all.
I would assume so. I was confused why Engel didn't get Colossus Fairy, to be honest.
Presumably he's going to get it now when he goes back. But,
yeah.
And that's nothing, I think.
I don't think there's anything on the arch, no. And Kirox was about to head in and realize, wait, I should get the fairy. Speaking of, Engel is not getting the fairy right now.
Hopefully he remembers when he comes back out.
I hope so.
Alright then, Great Fairy, what have you got for us?
We have no idea about the wasteland. It exists. And there's our other hookshot.
Okay.
Brilliant. So, hey Chad, where do you think Rudo's letter has gone off to?
Casino for Rutos. I had to come to this.
Yep.
Deep Shadow. Just find Dins and we'll be on our way.
Alright, updated the paths and yeah, since Wallet locked the entire sea, letter can be anywhere. Yep. No, Engel is not dead. The hookshot's not a real. He knows where Colossus Fairy is. I'm actually more worried about Kirox's long shot. I don't know when he's getting back to the well for that. It's a bigger problem than Engel's hookshot on the fairy, as long as he just doesn't forget the check exists completely, at least. Were there no keys in Adult Spirit, or did I lose track of it? King's Ore has not been checked.
I haven't seen any keys so far in Adult Spirit, no. Oh, there's a big chest.
Okay. Yeah, bet closes at an hour 50 or when it turns up. One or the other. That's a key on Aloe Climb. And Dins! I know, I bet Bongo!
Let's go. Deep Shadow. Deep Stone Shadow.
At least he has a fire source, yes, but not really what he wants to see. So yeah, Shoot the Sun exists if anyone feels like betting that. That would be fun.
Kirox is continuing.
I do not know if that is Fire Arrows locked yet, Riley. We haven't seen enough GTG Spirit keys to know for sure.
So we see Child Climb as Child.
Yep.
Which is unusual.
We're betting for where Rudo's letter is, Empress of Tomorrow. That's a key on Map Chest. That's one small chest and one small key. That is actually Fire Arrows locked. For that key on that Dins is fire locked. We've seen Child Side, Map Chest, Child Climb. Where is the fourth key? Because I actually managed to miss it. In Spirit.
I remember those three. I don't remember what the fourth one was.
Oh, next to no, I wrote down that one. I wrote in child side map chest, child climb, and adult climb. I did write that. Forget it. That's my fun fault. Anyhow, we're fine. Fun fact, yes, if you leave and re-enter the room, the chest unloads, but looking up the ceiling reloads it. Nice, nice neighbors. Thanks.
Suddenly all the spells in one place, apart from
Yep.
the useful one for auras.
Hey Todos, welcome into... Let's go on the longest, most ridiculous chain of path hints to finally get our hook shots. So, you were expected to get a wallet path to Baronade from Zora's Domain. Both runners, Engel, your logical last location, and Kirox got bailed out of, the first bomb bag path to Volvagia and Kakariko on 20 skulls. That got you a hammer path to Tornarova in field, in the Boulder of Destiny, and hover boots, a path to Phantom Ganon in Market on Bowling, to go to Fire Temple, to beat the dungeon, to get Requiem off Prelude, to get Zeal from the Colossus, to get your hookshots out of the Zeal lock checks in the well and the Colossus Ferry. Thanks, game, for the Colossus path to Morphahint in Colossus.
It's been a bizarre seed, really has.
No, Wayfaring Fox. Child Club only had one key. The Din's 3 key is locked behind. Because Map Chest has a key, that means that the Din. So the Outlet Climb Chest is 3 keys locked. One of those 3 keys is fire locked. We have not seen the 5th. It is not available without 3 keys or more. Was it? Oh wait, was there one on Compass Chest? I didn't realize there was. Oops.
That might be the one that we thought that we weren't sure.
Okay, yeah, so that's how I mixed up. So yeah, actually no, Din's is available without. This is actually a Vajarkin seed, but it's pretty bad. Hey, big chest and the boss key, and this is Kirox's hook long shot, which is good. I was worried he might skip it, but nope. Ah, nice fire arrows. Definitely not. Neither of them block each other. But well, Din's locks fire arrows, not the other way around.
I think the seed realised that Star was on commentary and decided to give Majarkin like a little bit of star magic for this role.
This one's pretty spectacular. Yeah, fire arrows are Din's locks, not the other way around, and I miscounted keys. Yeah, well, good thing I'm not running the seed. I would hate it if I was running it.
I wouldn't want to be. I would not find the seed fun to play. I think that's fair to say. But it's definitely fun to watch.
Oh yeah, this is great fun to watch. I do actually have the Sphere Temple logic document memorized. It's not that I screwed up the document, it's I forgot there was a key in Compass Chest. There's Longshot for Kirox. So yeah, they're both still really close. I can't say either of them is ahead at the moment. They've just done slightly different things so far. We'll have to see, honestly. Be something of an execution race too, and I don't know who might be on the edge in terms of execution, especially as Engel falls down the wall a bunch of times. That's not helping.
I mean, this is like the worst room in the whole Spirit Temple. So, with a long shot, it's easy, but without, it can really troll you. This wall. Yeah, exactly. If he'd just gone Desert Colossus Fairy first, he'd be up this thing a minute ago.
Yeah, Kirox has cleaned up a bunch more checks. Engel will get the rank either going to or coming out of Forest Temple. That's not a concern of mine. I hope he realizes that Zeal can't be path though, because if he Although even if he thinks ZL is path, I would check the Colossus Fairy considering it's right outside. He should be fine for Longshot and Rang. If he skips one or both, I'm kind of concerned, actually, considering their locations are pretty friendly. There's a what in Forest? Universal Giant? It's foolish. Exactly. Both items Engel doesn't have are en route to where he comes from.
Yeah, it's still really close this race.
Okay, catching up on my Discord because it's been such a busy couple hours, I kind of forgot to check on that. Making sure Challenge Cup hasn't blown up in my face yet. And okay, later.
Yes.
That's actually kind of a terrible spot. That is a very easy check to forget when you have no bombs and no ZL. I could actually see Engel skipping that one because it's pretty forgettable by now. He'll get the hint, to be fair, but it might still leave him in a bit of... But that still takes a while for him to get to.
Yeah, that's the first time I'm sort of a bit concerned. Because as I said, I think Engel will get the other items pretty straightforwardly. But that one could cost him at the end.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't orphan it. Chances he doesn't usually orphan it, but things happen.
I mean, you wouldn't think Engel would forget that he had Prelude for the first hour and a half, but it happened, so anything can happen, really.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's far from GG's. The race, for all we know, could well come down to who finds the Rudo's letter first, depending on where that ends up, because it could be a whole lot of places. Mm-hmm. You definitely don't rush ice this seed, considering your Rudo's letter is your go mode. Longshot is Colossus Fairy for Engel. He knows Colossus's path to Morpha. ZL was there, but that's not it. And anyway, Colossus Fairy is ZL locked. He's also going to be right outside when he finishes Kunrova. And the bet closes once Engel enters the blue warp, as he falls down. Speaking of execution earlier, little things that add up.
It was actually the wall first of all. He said, "Oh, it comes down to execution." 2 seconds later, Engel fell off the wall. And this boss fight hasn't exactly gone perfectly.
Yeah. Nice one cycle on the second phase, at least.
Very good. Very smoothly done. So, Engel, when you get outside, walk forward a little bit and blow up a wall.
If he doesn't, I am concerned. And last bets, people, because it's about to close. Whoops. Sorry about the timing, Purple Yoshi-sar. Slightly mistimed it because the commentary page is slightly ahead.
And yeah, he is off to the ferry. It looks like.
Okay, good. I mean, yeah, GTG's not a bad play at the moment. Forest is foolish. Oh well, GT wouldn't have been a bad play from his perspective, but I think he's going water once he gets his long shot. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I think he might have gone GTG without the long shot, but long shot is going to send him to water instead, which is the better idea.
That looks like the play.
I wouldn't call it plenty of checks in water. There's quite a few there's quite a few chests, but most of them are keys. There's only 4 actual items in here. I would not call that plenty. Kirox is done chickens. It was something utterly forgettable.
I believe it was a heart container. I think it was a full one as well. But
Okay.
Yeah, nothing important.
True. BK chest in water is dead, so it's only 3 actual items. An hour ago when you were searching for problems for checks is plenty, yes. It reminds me, I once rolled a co-op tournament season 1 seed where Zelda Stone Water was the most check dense location left in the game at a maximum possible 2 checks.
Oh no.
The other options were chickens, 20 skull. I think it was skull mask, 20 skulls, and maybe chickens, or some combination of those 3 things. Like I knew 2, and the third was a maybe, plus ZLS Stone Water. I remember I was in a VC with a bunch of people, and one of them went, Star, are you sure? You are well aware that there's only 2 checks in logic and water without ZL, right? Yes, I'm aware. It's also the most checked location left in the game. 2 checks. Tops. It ended up being a mirror shield there, locking ZL and the go mode. ZL was your mirror shield was your item go mode because ZL locked I think it was Nocturne for their true go mode. At that point, Nocturne could have been Composer Grave or Ice Cavern, so they get ZL off Burning Cat because that's where it was. They go to Composer Grave, find out it's not there, and realize they have to go do Ice Cavern, and then finish the seed after our last locationing mirror shield.
Oh, that's so evil.
And of course, you don't go to Ice before, you know, looking for your mirror shield, considering mirror shield locks CL, so have fun. Runners were not super thrilled with me.
No, that sounds like another seed I would hate to play.
You know it's bad when ZL Stone Water's the most checked dense location left in the game, and your other checks are chickens, 20 skulls, and skull mask. Rang is Wolf is credit.
So, yeah, we can be thankful it's not quite as bad as that for today. that sounds something else entirely.
Yep. Hey TJ, thanks for the sub.
14 months. It's insane.
Yep. Welcome into spaghetti. And
it's
really
good spaghetti, but
it's really good spaghetti.
I hope
yeah, all of our path hints chained together to make for one giant troll. Welcome in, ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, rating with a party of 79. Hope your stream went well. That was the EU Weekly, in fact. Welcome in. I have no idea how that seed went, but this seed is a spaghettified mess. They're currently on a Ruda's letter hunt. Strength 3 is not required for lights this seed. This is on par with my worst seeds. You were required to do. So you had to get so there is a wall up. you had to take a wallet, path to Baronaden Domain. Pretty much last location, a bomb bag of Path to Volvagia in CAC on 20 skulls, which got you a hammer Path to Twinrova in Hyrule Field on the Boulder of Destiny, as well as a hover boots Path to Phantom Ganon Market for on bowling, to go to Fire Temple to get your Forest Medallion, to go get Requiem off Prelude, to get Zeal from the Colossus, which is also hinted Path to Morpha, to get a hookshot from Colossus Fairy and long shot from the well, or switch it around and you still have the same result. It's bad. We're currently on a Ruda's Letter hunt as well. Everything else has shown up, but who knows where that is. No hands pointing towards it, considering the wallet apparently locked everything. Who knows where the Goron tunic is? It's
One
hookshot
interesting
locked.
thing about this seed is that it's not just one casino mode. We've had sort of casino mode repeated multiple times.
Yep. It's a Majarkin seed, Kit Kat.
Yep, Star is not responsible for this mess. It is solely on Majarkin.
Yep.
Universal Giant warned us beforehand. I've not seen a Majarkin seed before. This is my first one, but he was preaching about how terrible they can be.
This was also my first time seeing Majarkin seed. Yeah, this one sucked. It's still good sub 3, to be fair, but this one still sucks.
Mm-hmm.
They do not have to complete the card. That tracker is just a way of knowing what items they found. What they need to do is to kill Ganon. To kill Ganon, they need to get to Ganon, so in this case you need the 6 medallions, which are shuffled among the dungeons, along with the stones. They need 6 medallions to spawn the Rainbow Bridge, and get bow magic and light arrows to kill Ganon. The 6 medallions are in Fire, Forest, Water, Spirit, and Jabu, so they need the items for those dungeons, as well as any songs. We have gotten all of those things except for Ruda's Letter. We have no idea where it is. Big Justin Central Pillar is fun.
Okay.
If this is the Goron tunic, that'll be funny.
Oh, I'd love it if it was a Goron tunic.
A second wallet would be great too. For multiple reasons. Light arrows are in the Hyrule Castle Fairy. Kirox playing pretty.
Oh, this seed is beautiful. As if it was a Goron tunic.
That is an amazingly great Goron tunic. I love it.
So much good bait in this seed today. It's quite something.
Yeah. 30 Skulls, by the way, is dead. Forgot to update that. 20 Skulls was not hinted directly, but it got hinted indirectly to be that bomb bag. Happy 2 hours, everyone!
Happy 2 hours.
Want to do our shoutouts this time, Ginger?
Sure, I will. Oh yeah, you got plans. Lovely. Yeah, so both our runners today, Engel and Kirox. Obviously, you're seeing how good they are, so definitely go give them a follow. Shoutouts to our 2 trackers, Starlight and Purple, the ones making sure that we actually know what's going on screen. Shoutouts to Star, my co-com today, and also restreaming this for us. And of course, last but not least, at this point, Majarkin, who is the race monitor and has rolled us this complete and utter nonsense. So thank you to everybody.
Yep. Boomerang on Wolf's Grotto. Rudo's Letter, we did see the hint for it. It was DMT, I just forgot to update the command. Merci beaucoup aussi, Kesina Koe Gogita, pour la version française. Thanks to Ginger as well.
So Engel on his way out of water, as Kirox just about turns up.
Kirox, yeah, most of the water behind, but is up a light arrows and rank, so it's a little closer than it looks.
Mm-hmm. Just a key on water. The hunt for Rutos continues.
Indeed. They are not getting Minuet today, so they're hiking too. They're really hiking to Forest Temple. There's no saving them from that.
Mm-hmm.
Either Forest directly locks Minuet on Burning Cack, or Minuet is a nice cavern which they're not going to because Ruto's letter is go mode.
It is one of those rare seeds where we're not going to see Ice Cavern at all.
Nope. Nothing on Shoot the Sun.
And yeah, Engel has qualified to the final casino, which is for Ruto's letter. Survived the other casinos and found the items that we needed. Now it's now this is
Letter was not hinted. We did have a path to Baronay, but it was for the wallet to do fire to do everything else.
Exactly. Yeah, if the letter was hinted, we'd be basically done by now, probably.
Yeah, but nope. Nope.
Nope. Not today.
Neither of them got Saria Song. Neither of them need it. They don't really care at this point. Kirox isn't in a bad spot, Swan. It's actually still pretty close. Engel doing some more field cleanup. I forgot he hadn't done this yet due to late explosives. Kirox did this earlier. So doing this cleanup helps Kirox. Kirox has gotten specifically Light Arrows and Rang, which while neither of them are super duper terrible, Light Arrows are Cairo Castle Fairy, Rang is Wolf's Grotto, they are both out of the way enough that Engel will spend some time doing that as well as these checks here, so it's pretty close actually right now. Perhaps a little behind for Kirox, but not by much. Brandon, letter is wallet locked, everything's wallet locked. That tells us nothing. The entire scene was wallet locked. I think that's not a useful piece of information.
Yeah, it's the lights for a little bit out of the way. But anyway, I mean, he really should get the boomerang, but whether he gets the lights on his way or not is more open for guessing. Kirox has cleared field already, yeah. Ultimate runs. Russo's is everything locked at this point.
Yeah, if Engel gets lights in the same ship as he does job with, it's fine. But otherwise, it's a pretty. You have to do an age change and you have to hike there, which is a good couple of minutes. It's not killer, but it's a good couple minutes. Yeah.
This race is still really tight.
They both have long shot. That's not the issue, and Engel is also going to spend 30 seconds, a minute maybe, doing these grottos here. Probably a bit more than that. These are nothing. It's gonna be a second bomb bag, but it will get him his boomerang. We are a letter from No Mood Kirby fan. Unfortunately, the letter can be anywhere at all. No hints whatsoever. It exists in somewhere in the game. We know it's wallet locked, but that tells us a grand sum of nothing beyond its, considering that everything got wallet locked today.
Like, I do enjoy about the seed how, it's the logic is really screwy and spaghetti, and yet your reward for trying to unpiece all the spaghetti is a casino anyway. It's phenomenal.
We've already seen Chess Game. They did that very early, because Market Path to Phantom Game, and they got a Kokiri Sword out of there, went Deku, and found a grand sum of nothing in there.
Oh, that was one of my favourite bait items that I've seen in a seed for a long time.
Yeah.
There's a bait
All
that you
right,
just
Rang.
can't ignore.
Yeah, here's Rang for Engel. Kirox is done with water, and I suspect Kirox is going to follow Engel to forest. So this is going to be really close. I think good big thing is going to see who gets out of forest first, because this is going to be close. What the time difference is beating forest. Forest can't be in a foolish location, yes, since it does not lack any checks in these settings. Yeah, after forest, we'll probably see double GTG. I think is quite likely with how things are. Hey, Tobias, spaghetti.
But it's the sort of spaghetti that you get at the casino, so you know it's good spaghetti.
Yeah. So Zora's domain is path to Baronade for a wallet. Engel pretty much last location logically, and Kirox has managed to get bailed out of. Your first bomb bag on 20 skulls, path to Volvagia, which gets you Hyrule Field path to Twinroma for a hammer in Boulder of Destiny, Margate path to Phantom Ganon for hover boots on bowling. And those four things combined get you to Fire Temple, Forest Medallion. You beat it, you get Requiem of Prelude. That gets you to the Colossus, which gets you Zeal, which gets you both of your hookshots on Colossus Fairy, hinted path to Morpha, and in the well, Zeal locked, because the well had a whole bunch of stuff, mostly useless, but Mirror Shield and Longshot were among the required items. This was not one of my seeds. It's a Madarkin seed. Foolish is not just that there's nothing there you need to complete the seed. Foolish is that there's nothing there that can lock a check. There is a distinction.
More like one of those, if you're thinking of a railroad device, it's more like the minecart rides you get at theme parks than a railroad.
Yeah, Kirox hiking up the mountain now. This will be forest as well. He'll be a couple minutes behind. Lost Woods isn't foolish, but Kirox has decided he just doesn't feel like Skull Kid today.
I mean, at this point, it's so
Oh,
everywhere.
Crater Fairy's what Kirox is doing. I was like, where is he going? Oh yeah, Crater Fairy. That is a good check. Ooh, nice. Engel is going for 3-key forest.
Okay, good. It's something a bit different in forest than the usual.
Don't see this too often. Yeah. Path specifically means that there is path. So when, for example, Zora's domain is path to Baronade. That means that Zora's domain has to have an item that is required to beat Baronade. In this case, that turned out to be a wallet to do fire, to do the everything else mentioned, spaghetti. Didn't quite catch what Crater Fairy was, but it wasn't letter, I know that.
It's a good point. I was looking as well, and I saw it, and I've forgotten what it was. I don't know how, but I have.
Rookie Force is a thing. That Scarecrow is one of the most obnoxious ones in the game because you have to be on you can't just do it from below. You have to have a pretty high amount of vertical height, which for all practical purposes means you have to be on top of the door frame. And getting on top of the door frame is harder than Engel made it look.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, just casually first timed it.
Yep, he did it very nicely, but that's actually a very hard trick. I know Kirox knows it, but I don't know if he has. I don't know if he has Pierre offhand. Is that yet offhand?
I don't think he does. I think Engel's the only one who actually went back and said it, but I'm not sure. He could have it.
I don't honestly remember. Not that it really matters too much. Kirox does know 3 Key Forest. All top RSL players know it. It's really useful there because Key Sanity shows up a lot in RSL, and you had better know 3 Key Forest because it will save you a ton of time.
Yeah, Kirox has raced in hundreds of RSL races, so if it comes to 3 Key Forest, I'm pretty sure they're also confident in how to do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Purple says he thinks that Kirox is pure set thanks. And speaking of, well, yeah, confirm because he just summoned you.
Proved correct immediately.
Yep. So if he feels like it, he could also 3 Key. Would be funny if we got both runners to 3 Key Forest on a standard top 64 seed, because that's not typical.
Not typical at all.
And I know
it's a variety for chat who usually get to see the standard for it. So.
And Engel, I know, does tend to play some more in oddball settings as well, so yeah, learn 3 Key for us, because you use it a lot in weirder stuff. Oh. Sorry, yeah, we're saying 3 Key, as in 1, 2, 3, 3, and then key, K-E-Y. Keys, because that allows you to skip 2 keys going between blue po and the green po, basically.
I was like, what are you talking about, 3 Key Forest? And then I realised, oh, yeah, now it makes sense.
Double Foolish Forest, yes, everyone.
Oh, yes.
DS are asleep. We've seen all of DC. There's a skill and a magic in there, and not much else. Light arrows are in the Hyrule Castle Fairy. So, what do you want to talk about for the next bit, Ginger, since we've got another 10-ish, 5-10 minutes to kill right now without anything interesting?
Yeah, it's Stone Barren Forest. We've seen the interesting bit, which was the 3 Key entry, and now it's just back to Standard Forest, which is dinner ideas. I'm gonna have homemade pizza later.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sniggering at something in the Challenge Cup channel. I won't go into detail, but anyhow. Speaking of that, I guess that's a topic of discussion. So, we actually have 2 separate tournaments. There is this one, the top 64 bracket hosted on ZeldaSpeedRuns. We also have a secondary bracket, a Challenge Cup, for the runners who placed 65th through 128th in the qualifier standings, is also running simultaneously. That is being hosted on twitch.tv/thesilvergauntlets, and there will be a race for that in about an hour and 20 minutes. It was supposed to be in 20 minutes, but actually it's been pushed back an hour. That's what I was laughing about. Somebody screwed up times.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's sufficient. But I did have a quick look at it, and yeah, now I see why you were checking.
But yeah, so if people want to check that out, there's plenty of races to be had. Twitch.tv/thesilvergauntlets, because we've got. So there we are doing a top 64. Little Alex, seem prepared as a race runner this time. Yes, we have a round robin groups as our first phase. All 64 runners were separated in groups of 4. Best 2 move on. I believe at least 2 groups have already been have more or less been decided. A few more we're getting there slowly but surely. And then we will have a single elimination 32-person bracket for those who get out of groups. Group stages end in 2 weeks. Also, apparently, I typed. Whoops.
The silver gauntlets.
Yeah, let's try that again. There we go. And semifinals and finals are best of 3, correct?
Yeah, it's
Speaking of that, if you want to join the volunteer team, please go do this. You may check out our. You may volunteer to be a commentator or tracker for Zelda speedruns at that link, and you can go volunteer for the Silver Gauntlets if ZSR is enough to, in our Discord, the TSG Discord I just linked in chat. As a side note, don't self-promote. TSG is something of an exception as a sister tourney. But yeah, we could always use new volunteers. It's good fun. We all start somewhere. I myself started. I started tracking during season 3, towards the tail end of season 3, and I started commentating it during the early parts of co-op season 1. Oh yes, that's the other thing, right? Thank you for the reminder. We had a specialty charity stream yesterday. As much as I would love to think that it's all fun and games, pardon the terrible pun, life catches up to us all at times, and this is what happened to a beloved member of the community a couple weeks ago. Sage, one of the most prominent members of the DDR community, a mentor and friend to all, passed away a couple of weeks ago, and to honor him, we're doing a fundraiser this weekend. For Able Gamers, a charity that helps to bring video gaming to those who with physical disabilities, as many of them require special equipment to be able to enjoy the video games we all love. So if you are able to do so, please go donate at that link. You may also check out the VOD that we had for the special charity stream yesterday on this channel. We had a special Magic 8-Ball race. That was pretty fun. You're currently sitting at $4,895, nearly 5 times that our original goal of $1,000. Hey, Chad, can we make that $5,000?
It was quite.
We're only $1,105 off of it.
I think 5,000 is. I mean, I'm gonna make a donation in a couple of. It's still running, so and even if it's not, I'm still gonna make a donation anyway. But yeah, I'm sure we can get out about 5,000 because it is a fantastic cause, and it really is in memory. A very special, especially beloved member of the community. So, if you can spare anything at all, then that would be a really, really nice thing to do, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's $105, so if 26 of us each donated $5 each, that would be enough. 21 of us, I can't math that.
Yeah, exactly.
Stage 1, yes.
Yeah, Stage 1. And hopefully the disabled kids win as well, thanks to everyone's generosity.
Yeah, well, we'll be closing that down soon, since, so if anyone wants to get a last-minute donation, we would recommend doing so quickly. Let me post the donation link again. I just posted the link manually, Trez. I don't know if the command is still there, but hey, the link still works. Also, hi, Trez! Anthem Gannon's down for Engel. Kirox is on Blue Po. And we are finally going to be something that's not Foolish Forest.
Yes. At least on one screen for a bit. Wherever he decides to go, he's going to have to walk quite a long. We know it's definitely not on chickens. We've seen chickens from Engel.
Chickens was useless. Finishing DC might be an idea, or just cleaning up Crater. Either would make sense for Engel here. Might do both in succession here. This is stuff that Kirox has already done as a side note.
Engel finally getting some bomb juice. After deciding to ignore the free 10-pack that he had the bean that he'd already paid for. The light arrows are outside Hyrule, which means that Engel's probably not going to go there as he goes there on his way to Jabu, which could give Kirox an edge, because he really isn't far behind.
No, he is not. Alright, Purple Po, also known as Meg Time, for Kirox. Engel is back in Crater, and hey, we're up to $4,965 now. I chucked in $20, and Engineer did chuck in $50.
Hey, there we go. That 5,000 is definitely in reach.
$35, everyone! Can we get the extra? Can you get those last bit in? Yeah, deep fire here. I mean, it's not necessarily a... It might be what would give Engel the edge here, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you consider the fact that it's as likely here as still, it's a place that nobody really likes to come.
Yep.
If you find it here, and you think Kirox is going to try and avoid it, it's the not GTG play Kirk, exactly.
Pretty much. I mean, the main options right now are deep, whatever's left in deep fire. It's not much. Whatever's left in deep fire, GTG and Shadow Temple.
Yeah, and you don't want to go to Shadow either.
No.
That's true, Kirox did go all the way to the shortcut, so just need to go back there. That's a little bit time.
We have had the hint for we've checked posts quite a while ago. That was part of their whole what on earth is path and market shenanigans. Donation link is right here. We're $35 off, everyone. Can we make that happen by the end of this race? That would be fantastic. We do advise to be financially sensible. So if you are not able to afford it, we do not follow you. Please do not feel forced. But just to keep that in mind here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do is I'm going to donate to the charity anyway, even if this particular in a few days is down. So don't feel like it has to be now, but if you really, really, really can spare it, obviously.
If you're waiting on a paycheck, you can always do so later this week.
Yeah, exactly. That's my situation. Otherwise, I would have donated already.
Yep, I've told you about how much I personally feel like putting in with the 20 is 20, and thank you, Katropolis has put us to 35 in the last 35. Wahoo!
Good job, thank you. So we've hit the 5,000 officially.
Much appreciated.
That's amazing. Well, you and I were here when it started.
Yes, we were.
1,000 even before the race started, which was
Oh,
amazing.
hey, we just got another $5. Thank you, Tobias, for putting in another 35.
Tobias, good job. This community is incredible. That's all I can say. It's truly amazing. Rusty.
Hey, you're all good, Tobias. I'm not sure if Pierre was a key. And this is a shadow play for Kirox, by the way, while we're actually looking at things.
Yeah, at this point it really is sort of pick your poison. Do you want to do Deep Fire? Do you want to do Stone Shadow? Or
do you want to go
trek all the way
GTG?
to GTG? No good options. Just pick one and hope.
And thank you, also Minerva Maga, donating $5 to the cause. Thanks a lot for the donation.
Puts us back at a nice round number then.
Yep, Kirox might also be feeling a bit behind. I mean, it's really just take your pick of things.
There's a right answer, but you've got no idea what it is, so you just get.
Yeah, if you're avoiding GTG, Shadow makes sense because it's a lot of density.
It's a lot of avoiding you can do. A lot of kidding to yourself that it isn't in G2G until the facts stares you in the face and you can't avoid it any longer.
Okay, Key on Hammer Chest, and thank you, Turbulent, for donating $5 with the comment. Please accept my deepest condolences for the loss to your community. Thank you for the donation. Nothing on highest Goron, so out he goes. I think Pierre's an item, then. Or at least I think that's where he's going, it looks like. Hoping it wasn't it, but no such luck.
And it does look like Pierre is an item, so we'll see.
Yeah, and you don't go Ice Cavern. You really don't go Ice Cavern here. Riddle's Letter is your go mode. You're not doing Ice. If only you know your second wallet's in Ganon's castle. Yeah, they probably both feel a bit behind by now.
Yeah, that makes sense. If they think that GTG is the obvious play, they both might be able to get an edge. They just happen to choose the two different alternatives.
Mm-hmm.
And, if that is the case, that's always interesting when players out-meta each other.
Yep, I mean, either of these plays could be correct. It could be neither. We don't know.
Well, Benji, this is the one seed that you might see where rushing ice would get hard punished. There's definitely
Alright.
not a rush, I see.
Okay, small chest on Pierre, that is not it. Let's see where Engel's off to. You first get a bloopy off Lex, and then head out. Engel should know OGC is dead. I'm pretty sure he's seen both the hint for OGC, both hints for OGC, and at least one and a copy of the Big Oron hint. It's eye drops here. Wasteland is unhinted. Hey, Spike. We've got a bit of a mess, is what we've got.
They need the good luck, but they're definitely not having fun, I think.
No. We're having fun. The runner is debatable, I think, by now. As there's the eye drops for Engel. I could have sworn he had the hint, and he's going to make those expire right now. We usually don't tend to go too meany for the commands for bracket races, as a note. If Engel goes Shadow here, he is going to lose because this Kirox is already in it.
What is this? And we finally someone deciding to go get the song.
Mm-hmm. I think we're going to need to find flights to a remote tropical island if the seed is done. Lol. Star, you love Tannerin. Majarkin is definitely going to get some words from these runners. And this is actually going to be a Saria song pickup for Engel. Or he's not going to get Saria song, never mind. Okay.
Okay. I guess it's like, no, I don't want it.
They're both going to assume it's Saria song, Runa's letter on Skull Kid, they're both going to last location it quite hard. OT is Bolero. Confirmed very, very, very dead. As it gets Minuet off Burning Cack, as expected. Thanks, game.
There we go. Thanks a lot.
Really helpful. So opponent's song is an Ice Cavern, and they are definitely not doing HBA today. Alright, this is a GTG play.
GTG, yeah. This is a play here. If there's nothing else in Shadow.
So, now it comes down to GTG versus Shadow. If one of these two places has it, the person who's going there first is gonna take it.
HBA dead. Yeah, trash seed. Roll. Start again. Oh no, Kirox. That always feels bad. But actually, in this case, not too bad, because at least he spawns there.
If neither has ladder, we're in for fun. I think they probably switch places if neither has ladder, and then we still end up in to be
and then eventually
though.
We get smocked.
Yeah.
Foster the lights were outside Highway Castle Ferry.
Yep. Sorry, I'm snickering at something in DMs. Entirely unrelated to this race, but yeah. Wasteland is not it. Hey, Rob.
Wow, that's such a cute emote.
That is a really cute one.
So Wasteland was not it either. Funnily enough.
Nope. Just keep on looking. Shadow being Shadow Temple, you're just going through the entire thing. CSMC can save time in Go mode, it doesn't save time when you're doing this. Can't wait to get both big chests and both of them have bombs, so we know where two of the bomb bags are, but the third one is missing. I mean, my bet is for Bongo Ruda's letter. We'll see if it's there or someplace else. They both did the front. Kirox did the back of DC. The front had skill and a magic meter. The back was nothing of interest. And at this point, Engel is probably correctly assuming that if it was DC, he would have lost by now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's never going back to D.
And that's a stick upgrade, alright.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, probably a bit late in the game for it to be useful. Really. You don't want to go all the way through Spirit Temple to pick up, so Kirox is definitely going to be OP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kirox did all the checks in DC, but he didn't bother picking up the rewards since he knows it's useless. There's a heart piece, okay. They're pretty healthy for a CSM CC. Kirox is sitting at 9. And that is another small chest. Engel went walk to GTG.
Yeah, he backwalked through Wasteland, all the way to GTG.
Yep.
Yeah, that wallet.
Guffy, wallet is path. You were supposed to get that wallet, path to Baronating Domain. Your Engel in your last location, Kirox got bailed out of. Your first bomb bag on 20 Skulls, path to Volvagia in CAC. You take that bomb bag to get Hammer from Boulder of Destiny, path to Volvagia in Field, and Hover Boots, path to Phantom Cannon on Bowling in Market, path to Market. And then those things combined gets you to Fire Temple, Forest Medallion. This gets you your Requiem of Prelude, Zeal from the Colossus, which gets you... Colossus is also Path to Morpha, hinted at Colossus, for a hookshot on the Colossus Ferry, and the other hookshot is back in the well to do the rest of the scene. Yes, wallet to beat fire. The other wallet, the Goron Tunic's in Central Pillar, and we don't know where the other wallet is. It's great spaghetti.
I know spell. It's so strange. It's Majarkin's the only one to blame.
It's wallet to beat Jabu because the letter is hookshot locked somehow or another, because pretty much everything's, well, behind the whole thing of Fire Temple. I am going
on the right side.
Too lazy to track keys because we have it all.
I think someone said there was a big chest in the maze.
4 key locked, I think someone said, yeah. Practically 4 key locked. Shadow Temple, by the way, is a snooze. So far.
Really
There's
nothing at all.
Not even a wallet or a slingshot or anything.
The Kirox is just going to be feeling worse and worse and worse every check that comes. Nothing.
Yeah, this is kind of painful, honestly. Though it doesn't feel great for Engel either. Going through what is so far an equally barren GTG. Alright, 2 checks left in Shadow. Here's the big chest incoming for Engel. That's a small chest on the Floor Master. And there it is!
There's Ruto's. That is glow mode for Engel.
That is glow mode. It is not yet GG's though. Kirox is pretty close to finishing it off. But yeah, I think because Bongo does still take a couple of minutes, and then Kirox has to hike to GTG. I think Engel is in the lead here.
Yeah,
so it's going to be close.
But I still think it's going to be really close. If Kirox goes deep fire after this, then it's over. But if he goes to GTG, there's still more than enough chance.
Yeah. We'll have to see what Kirox does. Engel is going to have to come back for light arrows, which will take him a good couple of minutes, because there's no way he checks his entire castle as a child here. I'd be really confused if he did. It's much too long of a detour for one check that probably doesn't have lights. Light arrows with the Harrow Castle Fairy should, if Royce is in job, that would be good, but otherwise, yeah.
That's a very smooth Bungo Bungo Kirox there. Yeah. Easy one cycle, no problem.
Nicely done. Alright, let me go determine who won the prediction. Or not the prediction, the bet.
I'm pretty sure that's the only, like, chest.
Alafo, you are the most generic GTG bet that actually properly wins. Gerudo Fortress top chest is close but not quite, and GTG after getting opponents on Burning Cack is also not quite because opponents was on Burning Cack. GTG Maze wins for the regular bets. Alright, where are you going now, Kirox? Okay, getting the song. That's sensible. And, okay, he is playing Requiem. This is a GTG play. That's good.
Okay, yeah, race is still on.
Race is still on. If I would have been concerned and worried if he'd gone Deep Fire, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you've already been baited out by Stone Shadow. You're like, okay, I didn't want to go to GTG, but I'm going to have to. Because I'm not going to spend another 15 minutes clearing out Deep Fire or whatever. Kirox doing the desperation, get across the wasteland as fast as possible. Stop off and check wasteland on the way.
I don't honestly know who has the edge. It's close here. I don't think you clear all of GTG. There's a bunch of really quick keys. You get one from the lobby. There's two on right side. I think Bimos is the fourth, and that's your way there.
Yeah, so it's if he goes right when he gets into GTG, then he should do Busters. They shouldn't lose. Maybe if he goes left and decides to go the entire strength 2, then he'll definitely be losing time. But if he can be in and out like Engel is, he's still going to race, definitely. No, he definitely doesn't, because there's a chest there. And it's another slingshot.
Yeah, you don't skip big chest on Engel's side. It's you don't want to take the risk that you're looking at too much. Yeah, it's the lights that's keeping this as close as it is. If Kirox is also missing lights, then Engel would be clearly ahead. But as it is, I am actually not completely sure. And here's another big chest. It has...
Oh, wallet.
of course it
What for
does.
this?
There.
Completely useless.
Brilliant. Great find, game. Absolutely amazing. I've been Kirox checking Hamrocks, costing him a little extra time. This is on a 20-minute delay, by the way, to note, so please don't spoil if you're looking at the race room.
I mean, yeah, Universal Giant's right. It's slow. Yeah, I think Kirox is just hoping that he doesn't have to keys, but he's going to find out. He will.
So, Kirox doing more checks here is going to be a bit of an ouch, and I think that's going to be the issue.
I mean, Engel really did like root GTG as good as you possibly have done it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that will end up being the difference. But again, it's
Yeah,
still
I think this change in GTG routing is what probably decides it. There's no way Engel checks the fairy before he goes back adult, I don't think.
no. I mean, you prelude and then just go straight to the sword. You don't even think about. Alright, now Kirox finally on the path to get out of GTG.
Yep. Yeah, for all Engel knows, lights are in GTG or in ice, rest of GTG in ice, or someplace else.
So the race is now on. Kirox is officially in go. But
Yeah, but I
he
think
is a
the
juggle
extra
behind.
time spent in GTG might have killed him there. It's close,
Mm-hmm.
but it was close either way. But I think spending the extra time might have done it in. Lights are harder with Castle Fairy. You know, really good thing that Engel did eventually remember Prelude, because if he had completely forgot about the entire scene, I think this would have gone the other way, because they did a lot of hiking.
Mm-hmm.
And their warp songs just weren't good.
I don't think I've ever seen a seed where the first 20 one following the other, because there was nowhere else to go.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right too, though. The Hammer Rocks and the spending like twice as long in GTG.
I think is what did it in, yeah.
More than made up
Close
for the
race, though.
changes. Oh, totally. Yeah. It's like, it's interesting because either of them could have won this a lot sooner. They haven't made like a few little days, like Engel forgetting the prelude for an hour and a half. They've himself been anywhere near as close, potentially.
Mm-hmm. I think this at the end it's just going to be a couple little things here and there that add up to the difference.
I mean, even if you just to think the difference between time difference between fire and all of Stone Shadow,
Yeah.
itself could be enough to have lost Kirox for game. That's the thing about Rando. It's usually a selection of routing choices and errors, and you just kind of hope you make less than your opponent in some ways, especially with a seed like this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good job. Good job, Holologic. Maybe you should change your name to Solid.
Mhm.
Salt and Pepper not playing too nicely with Engel, but double defense surely helps. Gould now
All
knows
right.
the truth. He knows he's going to have to go make two age changes. And he's not going to feel good about it. But fortunately, we know that Kirox did all of Shadow Temple. So he doesn't need to panic as much as he might be right now.
Nope, he'll be fine. Close, but yeah, Kirox is not quite close enough. Good race, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's really only the last sort of 10 minutes where it's really shown that it was Engel that was going to win. Up to that point, it really has been too hard to... Could have gone either way.
Mm-hmm. Will Engel beat Baronator before Engel? Will Kiss beat Baronator before Engel kills Ganon? I
think so.
think so. Yeah.
I mean, like you're just going to beat Octo Rocket. Go through a couple of screens basically at Baronator. But we might see him defeated by the time that Engel gets to the top of the tower. And Engel finally going to get their lights, and now go complete the game. It's not going to be sub 3, that's for sure. But we're not going to be too far over 3 either, which is still quite impressive. You know, considering the spaghetti the seed produced for it. It's a good one too, just. Hey, 10 seconds is better than no second. Take what you can get. Yeah, I think looking at these finish times, I think it's pretty fair to say that Stone Shadow versus Deep Fire, that 5 minutes, really will have made it. No matter how well Kirox plays, or had played for the last sort of 20 minutes, he could have gamed out of his mind and it made any difference by that point. But that is happy 3 hours, the XR point out.
Happy 3 hours, everyone.
Give shout-outs to everybody here today then. So the both runners, Engel and Kirox, gave us a very entertaining race. My co-com Star, who's also the restreamer today, so without her we wouldn't even be watching any of this. 2 trackers today, who are the true heroes behind the scenes as always, which is Starlight and Purple. And finally we can thank our seed roller, Majakin, for some delicious spaghetti on this Sunday for us. So thank you very much. And
Thanks.
I'll let Star do the French shout out because she's really good at it. But shout outs to Necro and Gogeta on the French restream as well.
Merci Casey Necro et Gogeta pour la recent française, and thank you also to Ginger Sunny for being my co-com. All fun as always.
Yeah, it's been a good laugh this race, so much enjoyed it. And Kirox literally doing Oops AD as Purple says. So
yep.
Shout
Did all the dungeons, and it still isn't that far behind even.
Yeah, an entirety of Shadow. It's not an entirety of Shadow behind, it shows how close it could.
Chat saying it was about 5 minutes to get the lights. Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's a significant amount. It could have made a big difference.
It could have, yeah.
You could just say that Engel maybe cost himself 10 minutes, but that pretty close to 10 minutes. So little things to improve on his way forward, but it's pretty clear he will be the one progressing at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, Engel's been played very, very solidly, very, very well. I can't remember any mistakes. in terms of execution.
Mhm.
Obviously, because we are on a delay. Engel is in the chat.
Spoilers!
So they might not all be complete. Brandon celebrating about to earn 9,000 channel
Yep.
So should have got ice to get the BGS so that he saves that whole 30 minutes. I mean, we do know how powerful the BGS is. Clearly 30 minutes is at least one. So
And we're strats on Ganon since they never did find that Bigoron sword, so that's phase 1 down for Engel. That stealth is down for Kirox. BGS, well, what didn't we see? Rusted GTG, Ganon's, Ice, I think are the main places. Could have easily been Goron City since they never saw most of that. Kirox getting majorly trolled by the Iron Knuckles, jeez.
yeah, if this was neck and neck at this point, that would be feeling really bad.
It would.
But Engel dispatching of Ganon reasonably easy.
Yep. And
And
GG's.
that is for GG's.
Finishing up with an official time of 3:05:05. GG.
And Kirox literally just a Ganondorf boss fight behind, essentially. Very close finish. And anywhere close to 3 on that seat is an achievement. Kirox having Oops AD still going to get only just over 3 hours is still pretty impressive. Not quite enough today.
Yep. We're gonna wait until Kirox not done before we get them both in for an interview.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yep. Because this is Ganondorf time for Kirox. Oh, that's me. That's my pause, Rob. Glad I managed to get it to freeze frame you like. Yeah, this will be a 9 or so for Kirox. I actually know his actual finish time, so I won't say so I can't comment much. Alright, Dorf's down. And Brandon, we can, but generally just it's a little bit distracting to have the two go at the same time, so I usually like to wait just a little bit. We're close enough to the end as it is. Yeah, only about 4 minutes apart, even though Kirox fell cleared Shadow. Quite close race here. This is unfortunately the end of the road for Kirox this year in top 64. But I'm sure we'll see. We'll probably be seeing him in this random settings league shortly in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, there's he's certainly going to be a strong entry. But Engel getting some vengeance on Kirox after getting knocked out of the Blitz tournament last year. So he has saved it for the S5 tournament, and we'll see. Yeah, Prelude for an Hour was really bad. That's something that Engel's definitely going to want to not do again.
I blame Trez for Engel for getting Prelude for an Hour. No, Brandon. Losers in losers bracket just straight up get bumped out. Challenge Cup is a distinct tournament. The two brackets are not related. The seeding is related, but they are entirely distinct tournaments. And there's Ganon down for Kirox.
Yep. Autopiloting at this point.
Pretty much. Played the game enough times to autopilot through the end.
And Kirox finishing with the jump slash.
Why not?
A sign of his anger towards the seed, but perhaps.
GG's 308.49.
Not a shabby time at all, and could easily have won on another day. Easily have won.
Very much could have. So let's get these guys in for an interview. Hey, Engel, salut Kirox, GG.
GG, guys.
Yeah. GG, Angel.
GG.
So, some seed, huh?
Yeah, the start of the seed was pretty miserable. Like, took me to find some explosives.
The initial start felt good because it was like, here's your magic and lens and Kakiri's sword. That's going to lead to progression, right? Right?
Yeah.
Progression? What was that?
Surely Hook is gonna be in Deku, right? With Kokiri Sword, Market, Path of Ganon. Nope. Deku's just complete bait.
That was my favourite bait that I've seen for a long time, that Deku.
It was great. It's funny. You guys got a different silver skill and a different first magic, because Engel, you went well early, Kirox, and one of you went well early, they went DC early, so you guys got the opposite thing. And that was funny that they both came in pairs.
Oh yeah, there was a scale and magic both in DC in bottom of the well.
Yeah. But I don't think you ever actually picked this up, but I'll confirm for you, Kirox, that it was a bomb bag on 20 Skulls path to
Yeah. I figured it was a bomb bag when I found the hammer in Hyrule. I knew it was surely gonna be, like, it was my last check in Kakariko, it could be Path of Volvagia, so it had to be a bomb bag basically, which led to hammer. So, but I was like, oh, but I need that bomb bag because something is on Bomb Shubuling. And then right after that, I find another bomb bag in Lost Woods. So I was like, okay, I'm never doing 20 skulls. It's fine.
Dang, he didn't do them?
No, I stopped at 15, I think.
Yeah, you were close.
I planted the bean at Graveyard to get the shoes. And then I did the Hyrule Field. So I found my hammer that way. And then Hammer gave me a bomb bag in Lost Woods.
Yeah, that was a good play from you, Kirox, to get those bomb shoes. I don't think Engel actually ever got that shoe pack off the crate.
Yeah, I really didn't want to take them actually, because River was foolish, so I didn't want to go back to just buy a bean to get those shoes, but at some point it was like, I had nothing left, so might as well get those shoes.
It was a good call, yeah. You just had to break the logic open somehow, right? I mean, there literally was nothing left because you'd been pretty consistently clearing out places up to that point. Just nothing.
Yeah, I think the only thing left was 20 skulls at that point.
Yeah. You guys are pretty... 20 skulls was, I think, Engel's pretty much literal last location, or just about there.
There was a couple others, but... yeah, just about. I think I had like that and chickens.
That was a heart container, by the way. Kirox did that fairly early.
I figured he would, and then like, because I set time of day to get Dompe and Skulls to turn in 10 to get those two checks together, and then I didn't have time of day for chickens, so I'm like, well,
we'll do them. if it's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And chat also pointing out, Engel, you forgot Prelude for about an hour.
Yeah. Listen, it was early in the morning. It took me a little to wake up there. I needed to play Serenade like half the time anyway to get skulls and stuff. So like it didn't even matter.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Casey Necro. Salut, merci beaucoup from the Racing Française, who is mad that Zora's River is always buried on here streams.
I'm mad that I ran up the river before seeing it was buried.
Yes. Well,
Both of you did.
Yeah,
You guys had the same early game routing.
River is just the best play when you come out from Lake, because you don't want to... And I'm happy I did it, because else you go to CAC at night, and then you just isolate Adult Anjou and Shooting Gallery, because there was a bow there.
Yeah, I did the same thing, go up river to like reset the time of day, and then go into CAC at daytime.
Yeah, it made sense for you both. It just didn't end up getting you much of anything.
I just don't like doing River early with Song of Storm, because that means you never do Frogs 1. So
Yeah.
the River Foolish hint was kinda good, I guess. So he was like, okay, Frogs 1 is cool, never do it. But yeah, that was Feels Bad Man moment.
Yeah. No, there's just a whole level of messiness. Shout out to that wallet, Path to Paradise. Second wallet was in Jabu Kirox.
Oh, that was the big chest in map chest?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it had to be the wallet, because it was looking like fire, which locked ZL and Requiem, but unfortunately that just locked half the seed, like it locked both two shots, ZL. So
yeah,
that
it locked
no indication.
It became complete casino, really, once you see like everything was locked behind that, as you said. It's just
Yeah, I skipped some checks at the end that weren't ZL or hookshot locked, like Sunsong Grave. I never did it because Sunsong was available, but that wasn't much check actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end it became between Shadow and GTG, just 50-50. Mm-hmm. I think both options are fine. It's big areas with a lot of checks, so...
Yeah, both of you guys actually, so Engel, you were a few minutes ahead of Kirox finishing force, and you went straight to Deep Fire. Kirox, you went to Shadow. Any reasons, what particular reason why you guys went there to those locations before GTG, since that's pretty dense?
For me, like, there was no warp song at that point to get over there, so I was like the closest I'm gonna be to it, and like I wanted to check the two fairies. You saw me check, like I checked those and skipped the boulder and crater because I knew the crater boulder would be dead, but the CO lock stuff could be it. And then I don't know, maybe it's because Deep Fire has just like been so awful this past week of having things and still not being quite sure about that tunic WAP.
Mm-hmm.
Just figured clear that out, and then while I'm doing that, make my coin flip.
Yeah. How about you, Kirox? GTG versus Shadow? What's the logic there?
They're both the same place. They're both a lot of checks. I just went Shadow because it's faster checks. Like, you don't have to cross the desert and fight the guard, so it's just you get checked faster, but then GTG has a bit more checks, so it equals out. So it's just a coin flip.
Yeah, I think GTG2 is faster in CSMC because you can peek the maze. Engel actually went GTG, got keys, and ran straight for the center chest. You did a little more checks, Kirox.
Yeah, I like doing right side first when I'm one item for go mode, because if the item is in right side, you win a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, I didn't go left side to get keys for the maze. didn't lose too much time, but yeah, I'm not upset at like losing this coin flip. I think going to GGG was also a very good option, so both were fine.
Yeah. Could have gone either way. There was not much in shadow, by the way, Engel.
There was a slingshot on Bongo, and I think that's it.
I mean, I had most of the items, so like there can't be much else in the seed.
No.
I would have even taken bigger on sword at that point. Maybe I would have saved like 30 seconds or something.
Yeah. Yeah, chat noting the Colossus Path to Morpha hitting Colossus was fun. Thanks, game. Really needed that one.
Oh yeah, I was like, okay, Colossus Path to Morpha. Okay, that means the song is Wave Hero. Wait, no, it's ZL. Okay,
I did the same thing when I was in Spirit. I was like, wait, no, it can't be ZL in season 5. I guess we're checking the ferry as soon as we finish the dungeon.
Yep. I had the same thing too. It's like, though to be fair, ZL also just still points you at the ferry anyway because it's right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the GG's guys. That was a really good race.
Yeah, really entertaining. Thank you for trying to fight your way through the spaghetti logic for us.
I think it was fine. It's just like 20 skulls bottom leg is just rough. Like
like that with the troll of like, here's your Kakiri sword, making you think that it's not going to be awful.
Mm-hmm.
But
I actually grabbed out a map tracker. That was 20 out of 27 skulls.
27? Okay.
Yeah. If he didn't have the bottle, it would have been just 20 straight.
It's pretty tight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is about it. Unfortunately, this is the end of the road for you, Kirox, because this is losers bracket. So,
yeah, well,
I'll run this year.
Yeah, again, O2. Like it was the same in season 3. I just can't win in standard setting, I guess.
Well, funnily enough, RSL's coming up. So, how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm excited, of course, for next random setting season. I think that's the way I have the most fun playing Ocarina of Time Rondo. So I don't know. I just like the crazy seed and the crazy settings everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, so look forward to seeing you in RSL next season, soon. Then, Kirox, Engel, you are getting to face Ilagachua next round. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, he's really good, so it's gonna be another tough race. But I mean, I lost the first round by 2 minutes. I won this one by 2 or 3. Hopefully, I can at least put on another good show for that one.
Yep.
Yeah, good luck against Ilagachua. He's a 1v1 monster.
Yeah. GG's. I've evened the score here. We're 1-1. We'll have to.
Yeah, we need to
get another match sometime.
Another match now.
Alright, but yeah, good luck against Ilagachua, Engel. That's gonna be a fun matchup.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, let's see. So, Ginger, want to do some shoutouts while you pull up a few tabs?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. We'll shout out first of all to our runners today, Kirox and Engel. Both great runners. Give them a follow. I do. I recommend you do too. My co-com today, Star, who has joined me, and also is the restreamer, so she's been putting it all together. Our 2 trackers behind the scenes, keeping us updated with everything. We've got Starlight and Purple. And the seed roller for today is Majakin, and they are the one that you guys can blame for this. If you have any complaints, take them up with him.
Yep. And thank you to Ginger for co-commentating with me, as well as merci beaucoup, Casey Nakoe Gojita, pour la réaction princesse. Let's see. Coming up next on the ZSR schedule, we have in about 15 minutes the Minish Cap Randomizer weekly race. That'll be over on the SR3. We also have at 3 p.m. Eastern the Wind Waker Randomizer bi-weekly race. And then at 3:20 Eastern, so the Wind Waker Rando bi-weekly will be on CSR2, and then here on this channel in about an hour and a half. Hey, Glitchy! Come back in an hour and a half, we'll have another race. Here on this channel, 3:20 Eastern, Losers Round 1, as well as J125 RC Sonzo, as well as, and then that'll be the last race restreamed today. No, we have a couple more races not restreamed. Gavroni and Zephyr just started 25 minutes ago. If you want to look at their personal streams, there's also Little Meatball versus What the Hell's Happened. And then we've got a few different races tomorrow as well, if people want to check those out. As well as the Majora's Mask Noon Crash, all dungeons requirement. Tournament 2021 Grand Finals, Game 1 between Key and Roberto, if you want to check that out tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern on ZSR Main. But that will be it for us today. I am currently waiting on one of 2 different channels to go live to raid. And people were wondering what, yesterday there was a race. Yeah, Ginger and I were commentating. That would have been oh, now I'm forgetting the runners. This is what happens when I commentate too much. But
it was
Kevin versus Cariosa. That was yesterday on ZSR Main as well.
Yeah, so much going on, so many races.
Yeah, so I'll be going over. So, let's do. We've got great ideas that I would like to do, but aren't happening. Yeah, Trez there in chat. Lol. Any last thoughts, guys? As I determine who I actually want to raid. Do you have a raid target, Trez? Would we appreciate one, because neither CSR3 nor the Silver Gauntlets are live yet, which reminds me that actually the Silver Gauntlets will be live very, very shortly with another race, Chimpanzee versus Tudos, if you want to check that out. Alright, I guess I'm following the word of the boss. We're going to end stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.